everybody. It's that time of year.
Christmas time! Oh, wait.
The leaves are green and they're not pine needles.
Aww.
And somewhere in America's unshampooed crotch, Ohio.
What?
Tegan Somerset is holding her E3 presents, shaking the boxes, trying to figure out what's in there.
I mean, that's definitely true, but if I'm in the crotch of Ohio, of the country, then our country's like upside down, because Ohio is called the Heartland because it's shaped like a heart.
Well, okay, it is possible that you could be in the butt of the country, because as we know, heart as they're colloquially drawn was originally based off an Italian artist's rendering of a butt, but flipped upside down by the Catholic Church.
Ah, true story. Heart butts!
Somewhere in Tejas, but not the part that really cares about high school football. Straight up making his Kingdom Hearts 3 picket signs for E3.
I am doing
One
that.
Rocky Hardy.
Yeah, that's me. So I do want to say that I am still in Texas, and we do still care about football. Different.
No, man, I said high school football. There's a part of Texas that gets like super batshit mega tits crazy over high school
No, dude,
football.
we play Odessa and Midland. I know what you're talking about. I'm just saying, like, we still care about football. We just don't. We're not trying to destroy everything if our high school team doesn't win in the course of a year. Also, we have like 10 high schools. 12 high schools? 12 high schools.
Rocky, I have an idea.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to come to West Texas. I'm going to go to a series of 7-Elevens.
Okay.
And I'm just going to walk in and be like, Friday Night Lights!
What does that mean?
Wait, okay.
What does
Seriously?
this mean?
Never mind. Sorry, so Tegan, Friday Night Lights is both a film and a television series that talks about East Texas and how their whole town, their economy, their livelihood, their spirituality to an extent is actually just surrounds high school football.
Mm-hmm.
And Friday Night Lights, you could walk into any bar, say in Odessa, or, diner, I guess, because a lot of those are dry counties. And just yell Friday Night Lights, and people will yell back in response, Friday Night Lights. It's kind of like chanting like USA, but like in Texas.
I feel like if you just chanted USA in Texas, people would respond, but,
Yeah, but you could do that anywhere. Like, I could do that in Delaware today. Or like Montana.
Yeah, theoretically, I could
Seattle.
wander into my backyard, and if I did it loud enough, something would happen.
It's kind of a magic spell. It's kind of neat.
I feel like that's weird. That's
It's
weird.
a straight up level 2 spell.
It's a level 2 spell. He's right about that.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if that would work over here.
Now, Tegan, I hate to break it to you. It works everywhere.
Yeah, you can kind of go anywhere, Tegan. I'm pretty sure if you walked outside, if there are people in the surrounding area, and you just start chanting USA, something will happen.
Tegan, if you're unsure, you can cast the spell.
I'm fucking not going to. No, I'm not gonna cast that spell.
Just once.
No,
It'll be neat.
I'm not gonna do it.
It's cool. We'll wait.
No.
We probably won't wait.
Tegan,
Yeah, we're not gonna wait.
I have an idea as to how we can build the brand.
I'm not gonna go outside and chant USA.
And
just
and
ridiculous.
stream it. We've been looking for
I'm
ideas.
really proud of this country right
we
now.
didn't ask you to be
Why
Tegan.
would I want to assert
Tegan,
my
we didn't ask you to be
associate-
proud. We asked you to stream.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
stream it. I don't want people showing up at my house.
Well, don't do it at your house. Just do it like walk into a McDonald's and start chanting.
Go to
USA,
the Wetzel's
USA.
Pretzels and
Wetzel's pretzel.
Go to the White Castle and start chanting USA. Fuck. I kind of want to do that now. Go to your... well, no one's at Arby's. Go to your Wendy's. Go to Wendy's! And start chanting USA.
This idea is getting better and better.
I know.
This idea is getting worse and worse.
Tegan, it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be awful!
Guys,
Okay.
guys,
Yeah.
our format is, once again, and I feel like I've been saying this more than once in the last couple of weeks, a little different this week.
No,
Oh,
really? Holy fuck.
How
Why
can we
is
keep
it
up with all
different?
these changes?
Well, apparently we're making these changes because the one down in front is a little surly. Our Ohio host is feeling a little salty this week.
Why am I the surly one?
Oh, you hit me with a what? Really? Come on, Tegan. Own the surliness. Own it.
No, I'm just being a smartass.
Okay, all right. Well,
As soon as you say why, everyone's gonna know why.
because this show has now been on the air long enough that stuff that we do annually is rolling back around. And it is time for our annual E3 sealed envelope prediction spectacular, where we say what we think will happen at E3, and then you can tell us how wrong we are in a month.
What are you talking about, Brian? We're never wrong. I mean, we called fee. We knew that EA was going to be trash. Did the whole boots on the ground thing, or was that after
I think that we did not know
That was
that,
after
like,
E3.
there was a thing about,
We knew there was gonna be Call of Duty nonsense, but we didn't know the extent of it. And then we came back, and I was just like, so there are some fucking boots, and they're going on the goddamn ground. Just like all the other war games.
well, I mean, there wasn't, to be fair, there wasn't a big COD presence at E3 because Activision does what they always do, like they're doing again this year, where in May they have a dedicated Call of Duty event where they talk about Call of Duty for 2 hours because they know that what Call of Duty is going to be is like 5 to 6 minutes on Sony's stage, in between gigantic orchestral blasts. So, guys, think of our show doc this week as not so much a bullet pointed list, but more of a guide that lets some conversation prompts as we talk about these various publishers and conferences and what we hope to see. And as usual, y'all, after you listen to our predictions for this coming E3, hit us up, tell us what you think is going to be there, about how convinced you are that there's going to be Earthworm Jim 4 and how it's going to be fucking awesome. Tell us that. You're wrong, though, collectively. Guys, shall we dig in with the first press conference, the one that'll open on Saturday? EA?
Yeah.
EA's
EA
gonna
goes
challenge
first.
everything.
Yeah, EA's going to cancel Madden. They're going to cancel FIFA. They're going to announce that they're going to bring back virtual highlight in addition to badminton. And those are going to be their new flagship titles.
Rocky, I feel like you're not being sincere.
I mean, they're also going to bring out a new genre of game, which is going to be checkers battle royale.
No.
Where there's just 100 checkerboards on the board, and the last piece from the last game to survive will win. It's going to be amazing. Really? No, just no reaction? You're just gonna... Okay, it's fine. We can actually do it.
I mean, to be fair, I don't know that checkers works that way, because there would be 2 pieces left on the board, minimum. So...
Well, no. If there's 2 pieces left, then they just have to circle to
what
like
if
the
they're from the same character, though?
Oh, okay.
So it's just one player's pieces are left on the board.
Okay, then in that case, then it can only be 1 piece per player.
100 checker pieces jump out of a plane. Out 100 checker pieces, accidentally slide out of the cardboard box that the checkers game came in while you were moving.
Yeah, and it'll play like an IO game.
Oh my god.
It'll be dope. EA's behind it. It's gonna work.
This is the worst.
The only thing they love is money, so it's fine.
EA's gonna do a game that's just straight up loot boxes. The entire game is just loot boxes.
Okay.
You just drop cash on it, and open loot
Well,
boxes.
thank you, Tegan. I think that actually does serve as a conversational prompt.
Yay!
I'm not sure that we will see any loot boxes whatsoever during EA's conference.
Okay.
I think EA is spooked.
Later?
I'm not sure loot boxes are going to figure heavily into EA's future plans. I am sure that the most difficult and like dudes sweating in front of a whiteboard meetings right now at EA has to do with how much money they make off of FIFA Ultimate Team. Because, Belgium and the Netherlands say that shit's illegal. FIFA Ultimate Team is illegal. So is EA going to create a forked distribution for FIFA where like the European market doesn't have the like rando Ultimate Team stuff? Or are they going to try and figure out a new revenue model for FIFA and Madden, which don't rely upon the random packs of players for Ultimate Team?
Okay, hold on. I feel like I should say, and I know like the entire EU and the UK now are very soccer heavy, but Belgium and Netherlands are neither the people who could make the biggest stink about this nor the loudest. Like, I mean, they're putting their foot down, which I definitely appreciate, but like the UK, France, Germany, and Spain, which are all bigger soccer countries, like totally don't care. They have done nothing about it. I think, and even so, FIFA's loot boxes haven't been especially egregious, but they've been very profitable. Like, EA definitely fucked up with Battlefront 2 because people found out about paywalling and whatnot. And outside of that, like, a lot of the EU hasn't really cared about loot boxes.
I mean, people straight up use FIFA Ultimate Team to launder money.
But they've been doing that with MMOs for like a decade and a half, man.
You can launder money using MMOs?
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
Welcome to crime, Tegan.
Oh, welcome to crime.
Like, Tegan...
Wait, no, I want to do the crime show. Wait.
Okay, no, okay, so like...
How does...
Real quick, there are two
how
major
do you
ways
get...
to do it.
No, I don't understand. How do you get all that money in a washing machine in an MMO?
Okay, that's not what we're talking about.
Is that not what money laundering is?
No, money laundering is disguising the source of money in a particular situation.
Oh.
Yeah.
I legit did not know that.
Wait, Jesus, really? Okay.
Really?
Okay, but yeah, so like you'll have like criminal organizations that will hide money in MMOs via things like RMT or real money transactions. So like they'll have like bots that will gather like very powerful items over time and then sell them on RMT boards. But the boards that they're being sold on, they're actually being sold to a criminal organization who's just trying to disguise the money coming from criminal enterprises, and now it's some money that some random dude made on an MMO. And that's why there's a huge bot problem. There's also people who like trade in-game gold for money, and you'll see those ads in any MMO you play, especially free ones. And so, like, it's a very quick way for them to hide where their money actually came from by bouncing it through various places.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I guess presumably with loot boxes, what you'll do is that you'll have someone buy a bunch of loot boxes and then resell them on, like, an internet market or something. Or sell the accounts to someone that has those boxes. And that's how they move the money from one place to another. And they cash it out by selling it to someone who wants the account.
And there's the extra wrinkle with Madden and FIFA that unwrapped players are allowed to be traded in a player marketplace for FIFA and Madden Ultimate Teams. And there are players that are like extremely rare drops, like less than 1%. And so there are external markets to facilitate trades where you're like, okay, I'll make this like air quotes trash trade where like I give you a super chump player in exchange for this extremely rare drop player, but there's also a side transaction which is occurring outside of the network for like thousands of dollars, where I also give you money for the really rare player that I'm getting in this bad trade.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, Tegan, that's crime.
I didn't know. EA is also crime.
You guys think that they're going to talk about
Close.
Star Wars at all?
Well, they're pretty close. I think they might actually have an expansion in the works. That may actually be loot box free.
Because I don't think they've actually put loot boxes back into Battlefront 2 yet.
They did not. They have permanently removed them. They reworked the progression so that way there are like everybody has all heroes from the start now, and the progression for the various classes doesn't even have any evidence that there was loot boxes ever in the game.
Okay. So I think they would reasonably introduce an expansion, just because 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 Solo's coming out this year. Yeah.
With their tie-in marketing with fucking Solo cups. I'm not joking.
No, I've seen it.
I do not
I
think
love those cups.
that there will be any mention of Battlefront 2 on that stage at all, because in order to mention Battlefront 2, you have to mention Battlefront 2.
Well, okay. I understand why they would shy away from it. I think they'd actually announce it, but announce some sort of like content, whether or not it's a full expansion remains to be seen. Even just like a chapter in like the story following the Imperial captain or whatnot. I already forgot her name. I'm sorry, Janina Gavankar. But I feel like them mentioning it would still be important with the deal that they have with Disney now. But I don't think they'll include loot boxes at all because they can't even, scam through giving reviewers a certain copy and then giving players a different one. Like that trust has already been broken. So I think they'll make a little bit of content. They'll be really quiet about it. Like it won't get like a full like 3-minute presentation. Like it might just be almost a footnote.
All right, so the reason I don't think that they're going to mention it is two things. One, it is in EA's best interest to preserve that relationship with Disney. They want to, when that 10-year contract for exclusive Star Wars games is over, they want that contract renewed. They want to get another 10-year deal. And EA has 2 announced Star Wars games which are not ready to go this year. There's the game that was at Visceral, which has now been handed to a different team and is being retooled. And
they are making that?
Yeah, I mean, it's no longer the linear story-based game.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember.
But that project, those assets, that game still exists in some form. And there's also the game that Respawn is making, which is announced. The studio that makes Titanfall is making something. So those are 2 announced Star Wars games. And the studio that makes Battlefront, DICE, is also the same studio that makes Battlefield. And there is a Battlefield game which has not been announced, but everybody fucking knows it's coming out in October. Battlefield 5 or Battlefield V. It's Battlefield, the World War II one. And I don't think that mentioning Star Wars is going to work for EA for 2 reasons. One, they want people to care about this new Battlefield game, which is coming out in October. And 2, talking about Star Wars in the context where the last taste in their mouth from them is a bad taste, and not yet being able to talk in any detail about the new Star Wars games. Like, they can't be like, check out the thing from Respawn, or check out this other game. Like, those games aren't ready to go yet. So, like, you can't add more content to Battlefront because that splits DICE's attention and splits the first-person, large squad-based shooter audience, because people who play Battlefield play Battlefront because they like that 32 on 32 model, which is what both are based off of. Like, they split their own audience and remind people that people are angry at them. I would lay money that word one won't be mentioned about Star Wars on that stage.
I get that. I mean, I disagree, but I get that.
I could see, like, the briefest mention, like, oh, and by the way, there is additional Star Wars content coming out. That's it. Like, nothing else. But that's it. You know?
I'm not even sure if there'll be a teaser or anything, but I feel like they will say the word Star Wars.
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna
this year.
say the word Star Wars, but I don't know if they're gonna, like, show anything from it.
So what do you guys think that they're going to say about Anthem?
They're gonna say Anthem's a game. It's a huge explorable world. You can play with your friends. There's gear. It's not Destiny because it's not called Destiny. Like, that'll be it. That'll be the entire presentation.
There is gonna be,
Rocky, you've never been more
live
right.
action gameplay footage going on in the background, and at least one badass cutscene that's gonna make people want to pre-order it. Maybe some discussion of, like, the starting place you start out in, and, like, that's it. Anthem's coming out sometime in the future. Huzzah! Next.
I mean, they've already announced that, like, you know, it's slipped to next year. A lot of the speculation about the reason that it has slipped to next year is there was something they kind of had to take out of the game and had to retool around
Yeah, like
that.
fucking loot boxes,
Wonder
baby.
what that could have been. Yeah. So, how much time are they going to spend on it? Like,
Wait,
it's obvious that they want Anthem to be a super big deal.
isn't Anthem gonna be like a third-person shooter, like MMO with instances? Like,
Yep.
loot boxes are fine in that context. Like, well, okay, I shouldn't say that. I was gonna say that Monster Hunter has loot boxes, but that's not true. It has a store where you can buy things, but it's not. Those aren't loot boxes.
Yeah, it's not quite the same.
Yeah.
Like, loot instance drops are different than loot boxes.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna be like 6 minutes tops, for actually speaking, an additional 2.5 minutes for, visuals, audio-visual presentation, and then, potential release quarter announcement.
Okay. Like maybe a Q1 next year kind of thing.
Or like, fall 2019, and like, that's it.
I only think they'll get that specific if it's coming out before the end of the fiscal year. Like, if it's Q1, they'll be like, yeah, you'll learn more about it before next March. Like,
Right. But
like,
if they...
anybody here remember...
Huh?
Go ahead.
If they know for sure that it's going to be out before Christmas, I could see them saying, like, fall or something like that.
Well, they already said it's not coming out this year.
Yeah, no, I
They've already
meant
said
next
it'll be-
year. I mean, I'm saying next year. I'm saying 2019. But I could see him being like fall 2019. Okay. Donna?
Man. Like, I think that they need to do a couple things with Anthem, and I wonder if they'll start trying to do it this time. Like, they need to distinguish it from Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
Because Rocky made his joke. It's hilarious. Everybody's making that joke. And it is always funny.
It is always
You know, it is always funny. Anthem is Destiny. Destiny is Anthem. It's what it is. And They need to start distinguishing it from that. Also, people are mad at them because of Mass Effect Andromeda. And EA has a reputation for killing studios after placing big bets on games. And currently, every BioWare studio, all of BioWare's locations are working on Anthem. So what does EA, I guess, say or do to convince like the kind of dedicated gaming fans who are the type of people who watch, E3 press conferences, please to understand we will not kill BioWare. This game is not a BioWare killer.
I don't think they can do that. I mean, I'm obviously biased because I don't trust EA, but I don't think there's anything that EA could really say. It's like, guys, even if this doesn't do well, we're not going to destroy BioWare. We promise. I don't think they could never convince me that those words are true.
You guys think that we'll see Titanfall 3, or do you think that's more of a 2020 thing?
Wait, if Titanfall is a game, if Respawn is making a Star Wars game, how would we see Titanfall?
Respawn is a two studio house now.
Okay.
There is a dedicated Titanfall team, and there is a dedicated Star Wars team.
Okay.
Yeah. So is that this year? Is it next year? Is it 2020? EA has got the bad business of trying to balance two major shooter franchises now, because they have to balance Battlefield and Titanfall, and on years that they have Battlefront, that as well. So where do you put Titanfall and not have it step on everything else's dick?
February 2020, whatever.
So no Titanfall this time?
I don't think so. Like, I don't have a reason to believe that it would be here. It'd be cool if it was, but it definitely would be a surprise.
Rocky, do you think that you would consider them mentioning the next Dragon Age game, which they confirmed does exist, as proof of life for BioWare?
Footnote-wise, maybe. But I don't see a presentation, and I would appreciate a teaser trailer, but I'm not holding my breath.
So, what else you guys think that EA is going to do? Like, last time they actually bothered to put mobile bullshit on their stage.
I would like a Sims 5. That sounds nice.
With even fewer cute core features in the game that you now have to pay for as part of expansions.
I thought you were saying they were already spooked, man. I still want everyone to do the Monster Hunter model. And first of all, Monster Hunter is a beautiful game. But also, one of the great things that Monster Hunter does, they give you a game that's deep and full of mechanics and all sorts of shit, and then they just support it for free, basically forever. The Sims audience definitely sticks with certain games longer than Monster Hunter does. Like, Monster Hunter's been flipping, every 3 years or so? But during those 3 years of support, there's just new content coming out, every week. Well, ranging from, every week to, every month and a half. Every 3 to 6 weeks, you'll see some new shit on Monster Hunter, and you can go do that. And I feel like Sims should work the same way. Maybe that implies that there's, a season pass, or, maybe even a higher price point. I don't remember if Sims 4 actually cost $60. But if it did...
It did.
Okay. Then if it did, then, $80 with a season pass should give you access to all the updates that are coming in the future. And maybe even, the ability to, introduce mods without, playing around with the Sims code. I don't know, man. I think the Sims community is definitely invested enough. Well, they're obviously invested enough to continue to buy expansions, but I feel like they should be cooler to the community. But that's a whole other thing. Especially since Sims 4 was, a huge letdown.
They did eventually slash the price on The Sims 4 to $40, but considering that they took features that were in The Sims 3 out of The Sims 4
Mhm.
and then added them back in as part of DLC. There've also been layoffs at Maxis. Like, there are less people around to make a full-fledged Sims game.
Yeah, but I feel like that's why mod support's important. Like, there's that one guy that literally just makes porn mods, and he makes $40K a year, man. I mean, I don't know if that's Maxis money. Like, I sincerely don't, but I feel like there's enough people making Sims content that if they just open it up, that like a lot of people could do a lot better.
Yeah.
Also, the way that
I know that-
sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I know that one thing that we thought was a possibility last year, and I still feel is a verdant, untapped valley for EA, is The Sims on Nintendo Switch. I think there is definitely some overlap in, like, that audience type. I think the people who like to play on Switch would probably like to play with The Sims.
I feel like that is a line that Nintendo won't actually cross. And the reason I say so is specifically Animal Crossing. Because I feel like Animal Crossing is actually Nintendo's answer to the people that want to do Sim stuff with their Nintendo gear. And I think there is a huge overlap, but like to the point where if the Sims were available on Switch, it would actually eclipse their own Animal Crossing audience.
I can see that.
Y'all think they're gonna capitalize on the actual goodwill that they generated by releasing a remastered Burnout Paradise and announce a new Burnout game?
If they're smart, but I've never known EA to be smart, just greedy and evil. So maybe. Who knows?
I mean, it would definitely play into greedy because, like, shit, there are people out there who would stand there and be very ready to have their hearts broken by a new Burnout. Like, you put out a new Burnout game, I'm there day one. I'll likely be sad, but
But you'll be there.
I anxiously await that opportunity to be sad.
I know, man. And like, I'm not saying they won't do it. That's not what I'm saying. But I feel like if they do it, it's if that the numbers line up with their greed and not a fostering of goodwill towards like burnout people. So like, it might happen. It is in the realm of possibility. I don't feel strongly about it.
The only other thing I know that I would like to talk about with EA before we move on to Microsoft, and if there's any other talking points that y'all want to mention, by all means, jump in here, is the EA Partners Program. Mm-hmm. I feel like the EA's Partners Program has been kind of a mixed bag. Unravel is a bad video game. Unravel is a very bad video game. I fucking hate Unravel. It's terrible. Mm-hmm. Okay. I feel like response to Fee has been kind of mixed.
I like Fee now. Like, it took a little bit, but I like it.
It is a little weird.
And then A Way Out completely blew up EA's expectations. Mm-hmm. EA was internally projecting that game to sell 800,000 units lifetime over the course of 3 years. And it sold over 1 million in its first week. Mm-hmm. And is now on its way to 2 million in sales.
Nice.
So, like, completely just outsized all of their expectations. So, what does EA do with the EA Partners Program this year?
They make someone's pet project, but they only release 2 games this year instead of 3.
Yep.
Like, I don't know how confident they were in Fee and Unravel, but they definitely liked the art direction of Fee, and they felt like that would work well in presentation. And Joseph Fares was behind A Way Out, which is probably why they were behind it.
They might announce that they're working with Joseph Fares on another game. I could see that. That
would make me really happy.
Nothing else. Just we're excited with the way that the partnership program is working, and we're happy to announce that we're working with Joseph Fares on another game for the partnership program. And like, that's it. That's it. Nothing else. And then everyone gets to go, ooh, what's he gonna be, you know?
If they can bring out a completely drunk, super excited Joseph Ferris on stage, who then shouts, fuck the Oscars, that'll make me happy. I'll like that. I'll go for that. Like, yeah, that's one of the things I think that they could do the most. Like, that would make me happy is, like, if they're, like, more Joseph Ferris. Ooh. Because, like, they're working with an auteur who has a very strong vision right now. Like, when you play that game, you play like you're experiencing the singular vision of a single person. And we'll talk about it more next week because this is not a regular episode. But, like, that is one of the few things that they could do with their conference that would make me the most excited, is signaling that they're strengthening that partnership with Joseph Ferris's studio.
Actually, I just had an idea. It's not going to make anyone happy. I apologize in advance. But I think one of the things that might happen with the new EA Partners program, or at least the continuing EA Partners program, is if they announce a partnership with a different developer, one that's gotten a little heat lately, but people still happen to buy his game, is David Cage. Like, I could definitely see EA announcing that they're supporting David Cage in his next endeavor.
Well, I mean, Sony actually owns Quantic Dream, so, and I believe that he is currently under contract, so that nightmare scenario is, I believe, impossible. But being that, like, what Ferris does is do the thing that Cage does, but better, I do find that idea hilarious, because it would be a classic EA move. We've traded down and spent more money doing it. Like, classic EA move.
It is classic EA.
You guys want to talk about that there, Microsoft?
Yeah, sure. What are they doing?
All right. Well, you tell me, guys. What are they going to do? Like I was certain that EA is not going to mention Star Wars. What are you guys certain about from the Microsoft show?
Boots on the ground content.
I don't think they're actually going to announce a new Halo this year. I am certain that there will be another Forza. They will announce another car alongside it, but it won't be as good as a Porsche. I hope that I get a little bit more information from that 2.5D, like Zelda-like with the Fox, because unless that came out and I totally missed it, I haven't heard anything about it, and I would like to know more.
That is Tunic, and it is not out yet.
Yeah, see, I want more Tunic stuff, man. They're probably going to announce some sort of expansion for Sea of Thieves. I'm almost certain we'll get a teaser trailer for that at least. And Biomutant's on its way. And so we probably won't get like a 3-minute trailer with like a gameplay demonstration like we did last year. Oh wait, no, I don't think it was a demonstration last year. I think that was just like available on the floor. But I expect to see more Biomutant, maybe an inkling of its actual story. I would be interested.
You think that they put Metro Exodus back on their stage again this year?
I mean, if not only to keep people interested, I'd like to see another horror game, because didn't they like show like Evil Within 2 last year?
No. I know that they showed like literally 43 games on it. Like, that's not even me being cute.
No.
There were 43 games on Microsoft stage last year, but one of them was not the Evil Within 2.
Why do I remember seeing Evil Within 2 on a stage somewhere? Was it just a separate Microsoft presentation?
Well, you'd be thinking about Bethesda's conference.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. Sorry, everyone. I don't know companies. I'm working on it.
So, Crackdown 3 needs to come out at some point. Yeah, they already delayed it like twice.
Red
Are we
Dead
finally get a Crackdown 3
Redemption.
date?
We're gonna see Red Dead Redemption on the
100%.
stage.
We gotta. Has to be done.
For sure. Like, maybe Crackdown 3? That's like, but we're definitely seeing Red Dead Redemption on the stage.
on Microsoft stage.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I know that like Microsoft is a weird one because of their relationship with PC now, like there's nothing which they put out first party, which is truly a console exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
So they need to spice up their stage with like third parties and indies.
Yeah, I really think we're gonna see Red Dead Redemption on their stage. I genuinely believe that. Because it's been like just like everything else, it's been postponed and pulled back and postponed and pulled back, and now it's like, nope, October 26th. This is it. This is the day we're releasing it, and I can see them milking that and putting it on their stage.
Phil Spencer comes
now,
out
Rockstar
in
is notorious about like...
Huh?
How long has it been since like Rockstar really participated in E3 in any kind of way, though? I think you'd have to go back to the PS2 when they put out The Warriors, and they like rolled a bus onto the floor of E3.
I see it not as a way of showing off Red Dead necessarily, but showing off how it's going to look on Microsoft, you know?
Oh, an Xbox One X showpiece moment. Okay.
Right, exactly. It's going to be a showpiece moment of a game people are already fucking hype about.
Now something that Phil Spencer has said within the last year, I kind of want to touch on two ideas here that he has said. One is, he said that Microsoft Studios are currently working on a lot of new IP, and you'll hear information about that soon.
Mm-hmm.
And two, that Microsoft has increased its investment in building relationships with Japanese publishers. Now, we've already started to see some like byproducts of the latter in the form of like Monster Hunter World actually came out on Xbox One. Dragon Ball Fighters came out on Xbox One. Increased support from Bandai Namco for the platform. Like, is there going to be something on Microsoft's stage to, signify their growing interest in Japanese publishers? And are we going to see any of that new IP?
My Hero Academia fighting game. We're going to see My Hero Academia plus Ultra fighting game.
I could see a really artsy, like, RPG coming out of them. Like, but I think it had to be something, like, faster, like a Radiant
Dawn
Historia.
Sort of thing.
Well, like, I don't think it'll be like a TRPG. I think it'll be like what is it called? There's a game on PS4 that kind of played like the Tales series. It was like something Sonata.
Oh, Eternal Sonata?
Eternal Sonata, I think. I think I could see a fast like JRPG coming out on Xbox. But something that comes off kind of artsy. Like, it's not going to be like Ni no Kuni artsy, but I think building that relationship with Japanese publishers might develop something like that, like a fast, flashy JRPG.
Let me offer you guys a possibility. We know that, like, Square Enix is not going to put Shadow of the Tomb Raider on their stage because of the way the partnership with Microsoft impacted sales for Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Mm-hmm.
But Capcom has been more than happy to take Microsoft's money for the exclusive partnerships on Dead Rising 3 and Dead Rising 4.
Mm-hmm.
Capcom has got some stuff which is, like, we know to be in development, which is probably expensive, and some stuff which is, like, heavily rumored to be in development, which is likely expensive. Like, we already know Mega Man 11 is multi-platform, so that's off the table.
Sure.
But there have been some strong tea leaves out there that point to Devil May Cry 5 being made and a Capcom Fighters game being made. And Microsoft had, 3 very good years with Killer Instinct, but it's not really something that the FGC cares about anymore. Could Microsoft just cut a check and get Capcom's Capcom Fighters game and essentially, like, supplant Sony as a de facto platform for console Capcom fighter fans.
I'm not sure about Xbox Fighters as a whole, because while I do know that, especially Fighter Z is being played on every platform,
Right.
The FGC, the way that it's arranged, and it's less about politics and more about simplicity. They put everything on PS4 or on Sony platforms. That because the problem was that eventually you'd get to players that were just like, I don't know if I can play my next match because this guy is actually an Xbox pad player, and I play on stick on PS4, and the sticks aren't compatible with multiple systems, and while they do make adapters for pads, almost no one uses Xbox controllers. And while I could appreciate Xbox players having access to more fighters, I don't think Capcom will make that move and put a major fighter on the Microsoft platform unless it's a novelty item only.
So I guess 2 questions.
Mm-hmm.
1, would a hypothetical Capcom versus Capcom be a novelty item? 2, if we don't think that Capcom, which needs money badly, is going to do that with a fighting game, do they do it with Devil May Cry 5?
I could see them doing it with Devil May Cry 5. I don't think Capcom v. Capcom would really be a novelty game, and even so, those are still kind of money grabs in the first place. The Street Fighter 2 remake and the Street Fighter 30th edition, which has Street Fighter 3 and Alpha, are coming out on the Switch because the Switch has a rapidly growing install base, and it's low what's the word? It's a word that means that it doesn't take a lot of resources. It's just low resource. Is there a better way to say that? I can't think about it. Oh well. But it's a low resource game that they can basically just modify to fit on the Switch. And Capcom v. Capcom is a new property. It's not a port. And so they would want a return on investment. And I don't think they would get that on a Microsoft platform. At least not the same way that they would if they just put it on a Sony platform with everything else.
You guys think we'll hear any more talk of PUBG?
I don't think.
No, I don't think
on
so.
Microsoft stage, no. Because Bluehole, they make their own announcements, and while they are kind of insulated, if you're not looking for PUBG news, it's not everywhere anymore. Fortnite's everywhere now. But they still have a pretty devout player base, and I don't think they need a Microsoft stage. So I don't know why Bluehole would make the trip.
And I think you're keying into something good there, Rocky, when you mentioned Fortnite, because I feel like at this point, if Microsoft mentions PUBG, which they spent a lot of money on making console exclusive, it just kind of highlights PUBG's slowness in the marketplace. Because while Epic was out here making moves and having people go absolutely... I heard more motherfuckers talking about that comment this week than I did hear about, the things actually going on in the world. So I think that PUBG, I guess, had their chance to be that preeminent, permanent cultural fixture, and maybe they could have done it if they had some guidance from a larger parent corporation. I think that PUBG slept on getting bought by Microsoft. That probably would have been a good thing for them at this point. But I feel the moment has passed. I think PUBG and Microsoft probably have had their dance, and that is done.
Okay, so I'm not in a position to honestly say that Fortnite has outright won the Battle Royale war. While, they're definitely winning Fortnite's winning, the cult of popularity right now. I don't know if the population that they're focusing has staying power. I feel like PUBG is doing a lot more stuff in the realm of like CS:GO, and Fortnite is just basically all spectacle, I think, at the moment. I still feel like that PUBG is actually the tighter game, but Fortnite is more fun and there are more people playing it, and I think it's only more fun because there are more people playing it. And Epic is doing things to like constantly entertain, to make sure that the people, that new people want to learn more about Fortnite, like always. But I don't know how long they can keep doing that. I don't know if that's a sustainable like business practice. And like while PUBG isn't doing anything especially loud or flashy, they are still like adding to their game in ways that their fan base appreciates, that continues to improve interests. Like Fortnite's definitely taking over streams, but like PUBG's making movements in esports. They are adding new maps, they're adding new depth to their game, and I don't know if I can say that Fortnite's adding more depth. I think they're just adding more stuff, which I think is an important difference.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I think that even if we see more Battle Royale stuff on Microsoft stage, I'm not sure if the Battle Royale stuff we will see will be PUBG. Because optics are everything at these press conferences. And Microsoft needs to, like, I guess, distinguish itself in ways to show that they do things that Sony doesn't do. Hell, that they even do things at this point that Nintendo doesn't do, because of Nintendo's increased marketplace relevance. So, like, I think that, like, they will, like, if they talk about Battle Royale this year, they're probably not going to do it in a way that people could perceive as trotting out an also ran or a second place game or a silver medalist. I think that if they do anything, you know, as far as like mentioning PUBG, it'll be in the context of like, hey, like whether you like PUBG or Fortnite, you can play both on Xbox. And you can play the Darwin Project, also only on X. Like, they'll just mention like how much Battle Royale choice there is on the platform. You know, come to think of it, like, as far as like talking about things that they can talk about that nobody else can, I think there's probably going to be a lot of backwards compatibility talk on the stage this year.
I can see that.
Yeah. I really do. Like, they just mentioned that achievements earned on 360 now add to cumulative gamer score for the month when you're, like, checking against your friends. So, like, that's seamless integration for cross-platform achievements. So, like, it's obvious that, like, one of the things that they can do to distinguish themselves from both of the other platforms, especially since Nintendo hasn't really articulated the way that they're going to serve their legacy platforms on the Switch, Microsoft can talk about backwards compatibility. Because at this point, like, something like over 600 360 games work on the Xbox One. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, such a significant percentage of the library works. And at this point, just fucking make Lollipop Chainsaw backwards compatible, and I will just stop writing those letters, Phil Spencer.
How many letters have you written, Brian?
There might have been a few.
Okay.
Dear Phil Spencer, I need Lollipop Chainsaw. Love, Brian.
Dear Phil Spencer, I don't have the problem. You have the problem. Please, Lollipop Chainsaw. Thank you. Love, Brian.
Look, Phil, we just want Lollipop Chainsaw, okay? Come the fuck on.
Brian, dear Phil Spencer, I see you haven't responded to my letters, but I also haven't seen an announcement for Lollipop Chainsaw. What's the holdup? Please help us. Love, Brian.
But yeah, I think that we're probably gonna, like, I think that there's still some big wins left on backwards compatibility announcements. I think that might hit some of that. One thing I've thought about it might be a possibility is, since the way they run these things is a virtual machine that just runs, inside the Xbox One, since the Xbox One is underneath a Windows machine, is that conceivably Microsoft could do the deals and make the deals and talk to Sega about running Dreamcast games as a virtual machine. Like, if all of a sudden you could just fucking throw a Dreamcast disc into your Xbox One, like, I think that there would be people who would probably get pretty excited about that. Or something else I think that would get people equally excited is that when they had to retire the original Xbox Live network in order to, bring, raise the modern network that would support modern play, if they announced that the original Xbox titles now had online multiplayer again, like you can play original Halo 2 online, I think there'd be people who would lose their shit.
Okay, so I want to walk back to the Dreamcast thing. I don't want that to happen for very specific biased reasons. One, that means that Skies of Arcadia would be playable on the Xbox One, which means if there were any interest for that game, any new HD remake of Skies of Arcadia would be made on Xbox One, and that would mean I would need to buy an Xbox One, and I don't want to do that. That's not a thing that I want to have to do, because I'm going to play that game. But
I think that you having these strongly held feelings, Rocky, kind of highlight why something like that would be an incredibly strong business move for Microsoft. Because if, like, Phil Spencer can be like, Dreamcast games are coming to Xbox One, and then on stage, because one of the things that happens with the original Xbox games is that those things are getting natively up-resed as part of the emulation layer. Like, when you play original Xbox games now on Xbox One, they look really good. Like, I was playing some Jade Empire last night. It looked fucking fantastic. Can you imagine a natively up-resed Skies of Arcadia running even more stably?
I can, and that kind of makes me upset, because once again, then I'd have to buy an Xbox One. Oh, actually, shoutouts to Twitter, one of the things that I would like to see on Microsoft's conference, which I'm pretty sure would never actually happen, but if it did, that'd be dope, is an announcement of a new Jet Set Radio game, because it's been, like, forever, and everyone wants a new one.
But one of the reasons that's even likely is because of how strong Microsoft's relationship is with Sega.
Yep.
Like, Sega has been a consistent supporter of the backwards compatibility program.
Well, that's because Sega doesn't want to make new games. But that's because they don't know how anymore. Sorry, Sega.
But if Sega could say, like, I don't know, not make new games by signing an agreement that allows backwards compatibility for an entire platform that then allows them to make more money off of their first-party games just being available from the digital download store of the Xbox One, like Sonic Adventure, sell some more. Crazy Taxi, sell some more. Fucking Seaman, sell some more. Original Dreamcast Shenmue, sell some more. Like, Skies of Arcadia, sell some more. Like, I don't know, man. Like, that seems like the kind of thing that, like, modern Sega, which just likes free, easy money. And Sega has also been spending a lot of time, like, trying to figure out how to more effectively monetize their old catalog. Like, they just announced a bunch of, like, Genesis games that are getting put out, like, later this month, for both PS4 and Xbox One, and they're also doing, like, some Master System stuff for the Nintendo Switch. Like, I feel like, while unlikely, that it is the kind of thing that Microsoft could chase, and it would make them look like they are doing a better job of servicing the historical gaming needs of the community than, like, Nintendo has. Like, remember when Virtual Console was on the first Wii, and Virtual Console supported Genesis, Virtual Console supported TurboGrafx, Virtual Console was just not Nintendo machines it was like everybody's old games except for like Sony and Microsoft.
Yeah.
And since then, like Virtual Console has become less and less with each subsequent generation. And it's a place that Microsoft can easily assert market dominance just because of the tech that they use for emulation. So, I don't know. Like, my fingers remain crossed. Tegan, what do you think?
I already told you what I think.
Fair enough.
Okay, guys, I think we should move on to other stuff because we did this last year. We spent an hour on EA and whoever was after EA. And, like...
And then we've rushed through the rest of it.
Well...
Then let's talk Bethesda!
Yeah.
What are they doing?
Well, they're doing more Elder Scrolls stuff. Like, ESO is, I think, getting an expansion that they've already announced. We'll probably see more of that. And, their card game... There's probably going to get some more stuff, so we'll see some of that. I think it's time for Prey to get some DLC. Because it did really well last year to the point... But we also all kind of forgot about it. Like, I remember, like, Tegan forgot to bring it up during the Game of the Year
I was real mad about that.
And so,
real
I
mad.
think this is a good opportunity for Bethesda to remind everyone how good Prey actually was. And I think they could bring us a new DLC that would do the job.
So do you think that they're going to go with the model that they did for Dishonored, where it'll be a quote-unquote standalone DLC, meaning you don't need to own the base game to play this thing?
I mean, they could. I don't know if they will.
I mean, Prey did not sell that well.
That's true.
It should have.
I think if you limit your...
Freaking tragedy.
But it did not sell that well, and if you limit your audience to people who bought Prey, you have a maximum audience size of people who bought Prey. And so you need people who bought Prey who still care enough about Prey that they're going to lay out $30 for an expansion. I'm just not sure how big that audience is. But I can definitely see there being like a standalone. Because Bethesda needs stuff this year. You think it's time for a new Doom?
Doom's like, what, 3 years old now?
Yep.
Maybe. I don't know. Because, I mean, people are still playing Doom. It's just like the market's now a lot more saturated with shooters than it has been when, the other Dooms came out.
Mm-hmm.
But people are definitely still playing it.
But the difference between Doom and, say, like, Call of Duty or Battlefield is that the reason Doom did so well 3 years ago is its incredible single-player campaign. People could not talk enough about the campaign. That's why Doom... Nobody played Doom for the multiplayer. The multiplayer in Doom is completely empty. You will sit there attempting to queue for a match for 20 to 30 minutes because Doom sold exclusively on the strength of its single-player campaign.
Okay. Well, I don't know. So, I feel like Doom did as well as it did because there wasn't a Halo or even a Gears for it to compete with.
Mm-hmm.
And while I still feel like that's the case, especially this year, I mean, Microsoft might announce a new Gears. I don't think they'll announce a new Halo. So Doom might be able to do something else like that. But, I don't know. I feel like if we're talking about Bethesda, we might get, like, Wolfenstein DLC before we get a new Doom.
I could see that.
So, two things I want to throw out in the idea of Bethesda. One is Bethesda has said that supporting the Switch has gone very well for them. That sales of Skyrim on Switch exceeded all of their expectations. And sales of Doom exceeded all of their expectations. Wolfenstein 2 is dropping next month for Switch. So how else will Bethesda support the Nintendo Switch, which apparently does very well for them?
I think...
Dishonored, Prey, Fallout. Which of these are likely Switch candidates?
I feel like of those listed, Fallout's probably the most likely, but I also don't think it's necessary.
I think if I were going to put one of those on the Switch, I would probably put Prey. I feel like Fallout might be too big of a game.
I don't know, man. Have you seen that Skyrim?
Right, but Skyrim was made possible because Iron Galaxy used the Xbox 360 version of the game and sort of scaled that for the Switch. And I don't think Fallout 4 has such a counterpart.
But Fallout 4 can be made to run on a pretty low-spec PC.
That is true.
And I suppose there's also Fallout 3.
Yeah, I could see Fallout 3 showing up on the Switch. Or maybe even like New Vegas? Nah, it would probably just be 3.
Also, the thing that we've been hearing rumors of for years, that there keep on being leaks out of ZeniMax Studios, which is the new ZeniMax first-person, big, sprawling, touch everything, go everywhere, do anything IP. So the studio that makes Fallout and Elder Scrolls allegedly has an open galaxy RPG called Starfield. We've been hearing rumors of Starfield for years. Todd Howard, the guy in charge of Bethesda, got all cutesy and says that, Bethesda Game Studios, ZeniMax, has 2 games that'll come out before we even get to Elder Scrolls 6.
One of them is Skyrim.
Now, that's not what he meant, Tegan. He meant 2
oh
new
boy,
games.
I'm funny.
I know you're funny. So, is this the year we finally see Starfield?
Maybe.
I could see it.
I feel like there's a lot more room this fall to breathe. Like, as far as, announced games go, by the time we were at this point last year, fall seemed crowded.
Mm-hmm.
Less so this year. And we know that the way that, Bethesda likes to do shit is announce it, and then it's out a few months later. This seems like a good year for that, for a big game. So, maybe.
But it's going to compete with the new Call of Duty and Valkyria Chronicles 4. That sounds crowded enough to me, Brian.
But think about an angry science fiction audience that got burned by Mass Effect Andromeda, and are like, man, I'd like an open environment sci-fi RPG. Oh, look, here's one. Great.
I mean, that's
like
a pretty compelling argument.
Yep. Well, guys, Bethesda usually doesn't have a long show, but Bethesda doesn't usually have a lot to say. I think I've already talked all I have about them. Any of you guys have any more burning Bethesda thoughts before we move on?
I would like someone to make a sci-fi MMO, one that actually works. And the best that we've gotten ever is EVE Online, which is cool, but it's also not person based. It's more you have to join a ship of 100 other people to even be functional. And we did have the Star Wars MMOs, like, I think Knights of the Old Republic was the one. I might be wrong. I can't remember. And, like, while those games are neat, they're not great. And I feel like if anyone was going to make a great space-based MMO, I think Bethesda would be the people I'd put on it.
Okay. The next one on the schedule is Devolver Digital.
Okay, so Devolver Digital, their conference opens with the same kind of fake newscast that we had this time. And afterwards, instead of having a cable access show, it just goes to like a semi-pro esports desk. And they talk about a bunch of other fake like esports competitions that are going on. And they break for a commercial, and each commercial is a new game announcement.
Ooh, okay, I like that.
How bonkers will it be compared to last year?
I think they got a real positive look from last year. I don't know how that translated to their sales. Because I don't even remember how that Serious Sam game did. And I know Ruiner was neat, but it didn't... Well, like, it was critically acclaimed, but I don't think it, like, really blew up in sales. And I didn't even play Smash Frogs, so... I don't know. Like... I think they...
Smash Frogs wasn't even their game.
Oh, it wasn't their game?
Like, yeah, it was just, like, I mean, they got weird. Like, and I know that one of the things that the president of Devolver Digital mentioned going into this year's conference is he's like, yeah, a lot of the guys in our PR department got really pissed at me because they're like, you had an E3 conference and you mentioned only one of our games during it.
Oh, shit.
Nice. 10 out of 10.
Great work, everyone.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see like how that'll translate because like everybody watched their show because it was at a weird time, like, you know, Saturday night at 11 p.m. is a strange time to do a conference. No, I guess it was Sunday at midnight.
Yeah, it was Sunday at midnight.
It was Sunday at midnight, and people were like, what the fuck? You're having a press conference Sunday at midnight? And they're like, yeah, no, really. And then it was just the most bonkers shit. And, like, the next day, as opposed to, like, all of the media outlets spending their time dissecting the Microsoft and Bethesda conferences, people were like, what the fuck just happened? Like, there was tons of that. And, like, that builds such interest. Like, I feel like if what Devolver did was play the long game and have the most bonkers conference ever, to just have a whole bigger audience at the same kind of time slot this year, that'd be incredibly smart. Like, we'll actually talk about our games this year, and people will actually watch Sunday at midnight because they want to see what we'll do. Do they kill Dave Lang again? Yes, no.
No, I don't think they kill Dave Lang. I mean, because you can only kill him once. My vote is either Dave Lang comes back from the dead, or they kill, wait, I might mess up this name. Is Jeff Gerstmann? Do I have that right?
Yep.
Okay, they either kill Jeff Gerstmann, or they bring Dave Lang back from the dead. And it's just zombie Dave Lang. It'd be really funny if he actually shows up to, like, their fake conference, or I guess their pre-taped conference, and he just, like, crushes a beer on stage as, like, a zombie and walks off. I'd be down for that. Sounds like fun.
All right, Devolver. We breathlessly await your weirdness. I think the next conference is the one I'm probably the most excited for this year. Ubisoft. All right, guys. What's going to happen this year with the Ubisoft show?
Another Assassin's Creed game.
I don't...
You're right.
Another
no.
one.
No, they're not going to do it.
10
they know
more.
better now. Tegan, please. Like, they're not going to do it. They spent time on, like, making a good Assassin's Creed game. And I think that's enough. I think they can just do that every couple of years, and they'll be all right. I I feel like, okay, so I'm looking at these conversation suggestion points or whatever, and you have the Division 2 and Battle Royale game as 2 separate bullet points, and I'm pretty sure that's 1 bullet point. Like, I would be remiss if, like, the Division 2 didn't work exactly like Fortnite does, where you have Save the World, which is, like, your 4-player squad-based game, and then you also have the Battle Royale game that everyone jumps into. And I still like the vertical storm as opposed to the horizontal one. I still think that's really dope. And I think that's what's one of the things that we're going to be looking at. Beyond Good and Evil 2, I want to say it's a near certainty, but I'm not sure.
They did just do that live stream like 2 days ago where they showed a lot more alpha footage, which was a, hey guys, check it out, Beyond Good and Evil 2 is not vaporware. Look at all this cool shit. And that got me pretty hyped. Like, them getting on Twitch and, like, streaming stuff about development for, like, an hour, I thought was a really solid move. So I think there'll probably be a big stage presence for Beyond Good and Evil 2. It's such a goodwill thing. People go apeshit when they talk about it. That's a win-win for them. Even if the game is obviously nowhere near ready to come out, it's going to be at least a couple more years. Like, they get brownie points by talking about that game.
I think because it's still, like, they're still showing alpha footage, and especially since they took advantage of a Twitch platform to do so, I think that's why it's not going to show up on this stage. That they didn't get the sign-off for E3, but they wanted to show something. They wanted to shout out to the fans, which I appreciate, but I don't think it's going to make it to the E3 stage this year.
Okay.
But it's still in the works. I'd like to see a new Splinter Cell. That could be cool.
I think that one's likely. I think that one's almost certain. And, like, they did that stuff for Ghost Recon's Wildlands, where you run a mission with Sam Fisher, and they actually got Michael Ironside to voice Sam Fisher.
Nice.
For the content for Ghost Recon Wildlands. And you don't get Michael Ironside in a voice studio to record just to do some, like, throwaway time-limited event shit for Ghost Recon. Like, that's to prime people. Hey, remember Splinter Cell? Remember that you like Splinter Cell? And because Konami effectively doesn't make video games anymore, the biggest competition that Splinter Cell has in the marketplace isn't really being made anymore. There is no more Metal Gear Solid. So it seems like a market that Ubisoft could effectively corner as long as they just chose to participate.
Wait, just as a special fuck you to Konami, do you think we're gonna see some of Kojima's new game at E3 this year? Do you think he'll get on someone's stage?
I mean, that would be in our next press conference.
Oh yeah, you're right. My bad.
Yeah.
And we'll come back to that later. Fuck you, Konami. Starlink Battle for Atlas, that was announced last year, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That's the Toys to Life game where you're, like, building spaceships.
Oh yeah, and we're running out of those, so, like, they can corner the market.
Yep. And the only platform where you're actually building the spaceships is for the Switch, and there's no Toys to Life for PS4 or Xbox One. Mm-hmm. So that seems like that's probably even a smarter understanding of the market. Like, understanding which audiences are more likely to want to do that. And it's supposed to come out this year. So I'm curious. I mean, it's time to show it. Unless they get out there and be like, Starlink, Battle for Atlas, it's 2019 now. Also, a pirate game came out this year and did tepidly in the form of Sea of Thieves. And Ubisoft has a pirate game that looks a hell of a lot more polished and a hell of a lot more focused. In Skull and Bones.
Well,
is Skull and Bones coming out this year, and are they going to show it?
I don't know. Also, I feel like Skull and Bones was the game that they originally wanted to make with Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and they weren't confident enough in their own IP so they turned into an Assassin's Creed game, but it wasn't really. Even then, like, it was a pirate game where you played as one of the assassins.
Yep.
And so I think them, like, putting together Skull and Bones, them was like, guys, I think we figured out this pirate thing. I think we really have something here. And Black Flag was a very good game. I don't want to trash Black Flag at all. I just don't think it needed to be an Assassin's Creed game, and apparently it appears that Ubisoft now agrees.
I think we'll see more.
I'm interested.
I do. Ubisoft has said that part of their strategy now is longer tail support and more ongoing support for games after they've been released. Like, multiple years of DLC. So I have listed some stuff here. Which of these games do you think that they are going to specifically talk about plans for additional years of support on the stage?
Yes for Assassin's Creed. Yes for Rainbow Six. I'm not convinced with Far Cry. I know they're doing that. They've already announced that there's going to be some DLC. I could see, like, kind of a tease for what that's going to be, but I don't see, like, them super going into it the way that they would with Assassin's Creed. I don't know about Ghost Recon, but for the crew, I could see, like, new cars, new tracks.
Now, Ghost Recon Wildlands is consistently in the top 5 for sales on the Xbox platform. It's really found an audience there.
Why?
They're doing
People like
It's
that game.
not that
stuff.
good.
Okay, so I agree that there's going to be information about the development schedule for Origins and Wildlands, and I'm pretty sure we'll get something on Far Cry 5 and For Honor, because For Honor is doing a free weekend this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But I don't think they're really going to say much about Rainbow Six. Oh, wait, or unless we're talking about Siege.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Siege.
No, yeah, they're going to talk about Siege. But also, I don't think they're going to do content roadmaps. I don't think they're going to say, this is all the stuff that's coming out this year. I could definitely see, like, micro-trailer stuff, as opposed to, like, what Friday the 13th did, where they're just saying, like, on this date you'll get this, on this date you'll get this, on this date you'll get this. It'll be more like,
Okay.
so we have a lot of stuff planned for Siege, and they'll show some of the new operators, they'll show a bit of the maps, but they're not going to say when any of it's coming out. They're just going to say that, like, they are working on all this stuff, and it'll come out over time. I feel the same way about For Honor, that they're just going to announce, like, the new types of warriors and possibly a new map or two. Maybe even a new battle mode. That, like, includes more players. But I know that For Honor is kind of tricky that way, because the amount of information that each fighter has being transmitted at once is pretty intense for the system, to the point that it, like, was failing very early on.
Now, the only one of these that they have specifically bothered to call out with the way they're going to talk about it on stage is, they said, expect a lot of information about upcoming content for Honor at E3.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that. Yeah, that makes sense. They might actually introduce a whole new clan.
Dude, that'd be neat.
Because I know they have not, like, medieval knights, Vikings, and, like
Samurai Ninja.
Samurai Ninja, yeah. So, like, if they added a whole new, like, armored, like, warrior, that'd be really interesting.
So, alright. Is Impossible Coin's official editorial position that we like the way Ubisoft interacts with DLC and expansions?
I can't think of a bad example, which is a good sign.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
It seems like something that they've really gotten down well. It is the reason that even though I do not like Far Cry 5, I have not sold my copy of Far Cry 5, because I know that as a company they do a good job at ongoing support for games, and because they have announced that all of the DLC for Far Cry 5 is not set in that environment, that even though I hate being shot in the face with the bliss, that the DLC will not shoot me in the face with the bliss. So, like, I feel like that's kind of a neat trick that they've pulled off with this ongoing support. Like, it means that they're reducing presence of their games in the used game market. They're getting longer tails for sales. Like, it's crazy how well Ghost Recon Wildlands is selling like 2 years after, and Rainbow Six is selling 3 years after release.
You might be able to say that they've built a brand.
Yes, I think they might have built the brand. More content for Mario plus Rabbids? We think that's going to happen?
I actually don't.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah, like, unless Nintendo has something cooking, like, because there's definitely things they could do. Like, they could add, like, Wario and Waluigi.
I could see that being announced, at Nintendo, though. On Nintendo's thing, not over here.
Now, remember, like...
Mario plus Rabbids
speaking to that point, remember, they had fucking Miyamoto on Ubisoft stage last year.
They did do that, yeah. I'm saying they could do it, but I'm not sure if they're still super interested in, like, supporting the game right now. Because I know, like, they just had the Donkey Kong expansion come out.
Right.
And they might announce... Well, I don't know if they'll announce something else. Because Donkey Kong was a good idea because it was paired with the Tropical Freeze game. And I don't know if, like, Nintendo's, like, planning a new Wario game or, like, even a new WarioWare. I know the Mario Tennis game is coming, but outside of that, I'm not sure what else they would be able to cross-promote with that.
Assassin's Creed.
The Legend of Waluigi.
Oh, no.
Where does Waluigi come from, please?
He's actually just an assassin?
He just shows up for sports games. What is his deal? Is he a villain? Is he
Ghost
just a
Recon
bud?
Wildlands.
Yes. Yes.
No, it's Mario plus Rabbids Siege. That's what it is. I mean, you already have operators. It's just now...
Oh, Jesus.
Now it just becomes a...
That kind of works. Oh, my God. Why do I want this game now?
Free-bodied. It's a third-person shooter with Mario characters and Rabbids. Kind of like the way they did with that Plants vs. Zombies game, and they turned that into a shooter.
Okay, wait, I want to get to Nintendo. I really want to get to Nintendo. Please.
Are we done
Can
with
we
Ubisoft,
skip
y'all?
Sony? Fuck Sony.
Sony's okay.
No, we cannot skip Sony, Tegan. All right, on to Sony.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider. We're gonna get, like, a cinematic teaser trailer, maybe 2 minutes of gameplay.
All right, so we think that Square Enix is going to put this on Sony's stage.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they just released a movie.
And I guess they don't want to put it on Microsoft stage because of what happened with the Rise of the Tomb Raider sales. Okay, I can see that. Now, I see that we have a note here that reads, Call of Duty Black Ops 4, parentheses, because that's how Roman numerals work.
Yeah, instead of doing the I know everyone knows this, but, like, instead of doing a 1 and then a V, which is how Roman numerals actually work for number 4, they just did 4 1s in a row, which is stupid.
Yeah, it is stupid.
But it makes the cool shield logo, which is why they did it, which is also stupid. But I think we got 1,000 soldiers parachuting out of a plane for online multiplayer.
I don't think they're going to do 1,000. I think
there is no
I think
way.
it's going to be 50,000.
No, I think they might they might actually do more than 100. Like, I could actually believe that just because, like, Activision definitely wants to have, like, the biggest dick of, like, any shooter anywhere.
The biggest dick.
All right, so here's the problem with that.
Okay.
Like, I appreciate the fact that they would like to have this hypothetical big dick, but there is underlying code which has been in Call of Duty since the very first Call of Duty, which is open source, publicly available code that was created by id Software as part of fucking Quake 3. There is ancient code in Call of Duty for running their multiplayer that is, like, at this point, close to 20 years old. There is no way that Call of Duty, as it currently exists, can support 100 players, let alone 1,000. Like, they may want Battle Royale, but it is going to need to be Battle Royale with major concessions. Like, maybe it's 50 guys jumping out of a plane or whatever. But there is no way that Sony, like, and I'm sure that Call of Duty will be on Sony's stage. So whoever put that there is right. But there is no way they're going to talk about a Battle Royale mode that makes it look shitty and second place on Sony's stage. Sony's stage is all about bravado. We're in first place. Look at our orchestra. We're the best. There's no way that Sony puts something on their stage that makes them look like a fucking participation ribbon. Like, no 50 players jumping out of a plane.
I mean,
Call of Duty can't handle it. They're not talking about it.
I feel
17,000 players jump out of a plane. The players, not a game. They actually parachute 1,000 players out of a plane in Call of Duty costumes as advertisement for Call of Duty Black Ops 4.
I don't think they're gonna do that.
Yes.
Sony, like, is all gameplay, but they ran the same, like, conference for the past, like, 2 years.
Yep.
And so, like, all those games are out now, and I feel like they'll start with something. They already announced that they're not gonna have a single player mode in Call of Duty, and they are including a Battle Royale mode. They're gonna show the Battle Royale. Like, there's no way they're not. Like, if they get new,
but that's why, I mean, Activision has their dedicated Call of Duty event later this month. Mm-hmm. So, like, Activision has a time to message that in a space where they can control that message, where they don't need to necessarily adhere to what Sony needs or wants of them in their stage presence. So that way Sony can wheel them out, have them show 2 minutes of fucking guys, no scoping each other, and then, like, wheel them away.
Okay. Wait, I thought you can already change your, like, PSN username.
Nope.
I thought, like, you could just pay to do it, or is that
you
still
can do
just
it
coming?
No,
Nope.
yeah, you can't.
You cannot do it on the PlayStation. You can with the Microsoft platform, you get one free name change, and then after that, you can spend $5 per name change. Sony, you cannot, because for years of the way their network architecture has been built, so whatever you are is what you are on Sony. People have been begging for it for years.
I remember that.
And last year at PSX, when somebody asked Sean Layden about name changes, he said, "Ask me this question in a year." Which means that, like, Sony is hashtag heavily implying that PSN name changes were going to happen less than 12 months after last December. So they're kind of running out the clock on, like, getting this executed. And I think that if they want it to be a big win, they need to do it in an environment where it's not actually competing against game releases. Like, if they do that change in the fall, people are going to be too busy talking about the games that are coming out. But if they make that announcement during the summer, people will, like, treat it like a victory, and it'll get a bunch of press coverage, because if they're like, "Hey, you could change your PSN name right now."
Fuck!
Yeah. So I see that being the kind of thing that they might mention on the stage.
Alright. That's cool. I thought it just recently went live, but if it hasn't gone live yet, that makes sense. Okay.
Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Does whatever a spider can.
And it comes out in September.
Right.
So,
good luck with that.
I mean, I don't know, man. It seems pretty good. It's Insomniac. Insomniac is a good developer. It looks solid. I mean, if Insomniac is good at one thing, it's making movement fun. Like, between Sunset Overdrive and Ratchet and Clank, it's a thing they have a history of. And if there's the one thing Spider-Man needs to do, it's make movement fun. I'm just I'm curious as to what they'll show, because they've said in the game that you also have parts of this game where you are Peter Parker, but they haven't shown any of the Peter Parker gameplay. So I'm wondering if that's what we'll finally see. Ghost of Tsushima? I think we're going to see some of that.
I think we'll get an actual trailer for that this time. I mean, last time we got a teaser trailer. Like, I really wish it was a real trailer, like gameplay and everything, but that's not what we saw. And I think we'll get an actual gameplay trailer this year, because I want to be this, like, war-torn ninja versus an entire army. Like, I kind of want it to feel like an old Chinese B movie, but I also really want it to be really good, so we'll see how that goes.
They've already said some stuff during, like, some of their panels during Paris Games Week about, like, how that game is going to play. You know, it is a open world game where there's no on-screen heads-up display, and you get no quest markers, and you just kind of, like, wander around and discover stuff to do. And the plot unfolds that way. So that sounds a lot like, hey, are you looking for something to scratch that Breath of the Wild itch? Which is very promising. So, a lot of the stuff that Sony's had a lot of success with recently have been very linear, straightforward, story-based games. Uncharted, very linear, very straightforward. God of War, even though there is like a lot of like extra stuff you can do, at the core of it is a very linear game.
Neo Kuni 2.
Yeah. So I'm wondering how they message like something where it sounds like there's going to be a lot more player freedom in the way the story is surfaced. That'll be interesting to me. Concrete Genie, that's another one of their Paris Games Week announcements. You think we'll see more of that?
Maybe. I don't think like too much. I think there'll be more time spent on The Last of Us 2.
Okay.
I feel like Concrete Genie might be like an in-between, sort of, like a transition between two things, and then they're like, and now, The Last of Us 2, or something like that.
Okay. Concrete Genie might also be a game that would shine better at PSX, a smaller conference.
Yeah.
Now, they delayed Days Gone into next year. Do you think they're going to talk about Days Gone at all?
I mean...
Now, here's a good test. Do you guys even remember what Days Gone is?
I feel like I do, but I'm not sure if I do. So that's not a good sign.
Okay, so that's...
No.
Tegan, do you remember what Days Gone... Okay, we're 0 for 2. That's fair. I'm not expecting you guys to, because that's the whole point. Nobody remembers what Days Gone is. It's a shitty zombie game.
Oh, yeah, okay. Post-apocalyptic zombies, open world.
Bikers.
You make choices.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
No, I remember that game.
And it looks like the most generic of generic games.
Also, they've shown that, they did that conference last year and the year before, and it was unremarkable both times. So, like, unless they did, like, a full rework or something, I don't expect to see it. Unless they're just going to put it on because it's on. That seems like a waste of valuable floor space. So,
Yep. Activision partnership. Do we think we see the Spyro the Dragon remaster trilogy on stage?
I 100% demand that we see Spyro.
Yeah, I can see it. 100%.
It's even, and it's not like Crash where like it's a surprise this time. Like people are going to want to see it because they've already announced it.
The Medieval remaster that they announced at PSX.
I feel like that.
You think we see that?
I feel like that's something that would be like on the floor. I don't know if it'll be on the stage.
How long a victory lap do you think they're going to take around God of War? Sony's usually a good one for patting themselves on the back in public.
Yeah. I think that's only useful if they use it to point to something else. Like, I could see them patting themselves on the back for a God of War for, like, 45 seconds, and then use that momentum to talk about Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, you know what? That's a great point. Like, I think that's one that feeds into the other one very well. I think there's some audience overlap there. Dreams from Media Molecule. That's a Sony studio. Dreams is a weird thing. Dreams was announced when the PS4 was announced. It was part of the original PS4 conference.
Wait, is that the game studio maker thing?
Yep.
That's not coming out this year.
No way.
Mm-mm. Not happening.
They claimed it was at PSX. They're like, this is a 2018 title.
But you gotta remember, there's something about Sony. This is a very important detail. Often, they lie. They just do. They do it a lot.
Often.
And, like...
They lie.
And so, like, I don't... I mean, they could tell me that. It's one of those things, like... Okay, no, here's the thing. I will say, Dreams will come out the same year that Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out. Whenever that happens. That's what I'm gonna say.
Meanie.
That sounds like a totally reasonable statement to me.
Ooh.
So if they're really about it,
I will accept that, and because we will get to my controversial opinion on Kingdom Hearts 3 later.
Yeah, we'll do that.
And you can pick it up right now.
It sneaks up on everyone.
Dude,
like,
oh my
surprise.
God. That would be the worst.
Someone, like, you get a call, like, from GameStop, and it's just like, Tegan, we need you to come in. Kingdom Hearts 3 is here.
We have to cut that.
Like, they just drop it off. They don't warn anyone. It's just in the building now.
Oh. Oh, Lord.
Will Sony mention the word Vita?
Only in memoriam. Because it's dead.
I mean, we know that they're retiring. Like, as of next March, PS Plus will no longer get Vita games. Mm-hmm. Like, I just don't see them mention... Like, that's some salt in the wound shit.
Oh, man.
How much VR time do you think they're going to have?
10 minutes.
Do they do it as a VR segment, or do they break it up?
Nah, they're going to put them all in a corner. They don't care enough about VR to actually punctuate it throughout the conference. They're just going to do all their VR stuff that they think we'll care about at once. Which will, spoiler, not be the VR stuff we care about. But, whatever.
Okay. Is Kojima on that stage? Is there Death Stranding?
I want to say yes. I am about 67% sure that Kojima will be there. The crowd will go wild. He will say thank you for having me. He will put on another batshit crazy trailer where we have no idea what's going on.
Where there's a baby in your body.
and then he will not take questions.
And he will leave.
He will leave.
He will dematerialize is what will happen. He's not gonna leave. He's gonna dematerialize.
And if he doesn't dematerialize, he's just gonna throw down a single smoke bomb and just disappear. When it dissipates, he won't be there anymore. Yep,
basically.
Fucking Kojima.
I agree with all of this.
You will hear audible weeping of the animator that had to put that trailer together, who still has no idea what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that the world yet has Kojima dematerialization technology.
I think it's definitely Black Ops tech. And maybe Sony has a contact, a DoD. Who knows who they're making deals with now, man.
So, I guess the reason I'm not completely pessimistic on Death Stranding news is that we know that Death Stranding is being built in the same engine that Guerrilla Games developed for Horizon Zero Dawn. Mm-hmm. So, Kojima does not need to build an engine from the ground up for this game, which is what was going on with MGS5. So if Kojima does not need to build the engine, does he just say, like, great, I've got more time to fuck off?
Yep. He procrastinates just like everybody else. He's like, I'm gonna fuck off and do something else.
No, hold on. I want to clarify my position. Death Stranding is not only absolutely happening, it is a fixed point in our universe. And it is going to be completely insane, and everyone is still going to love it. Like, I don't know when it's coming out, but I have absolute faith that it is, and when it does, it will be amazing.
But we're not going to learn anything about it.
No, absolutely not.
No way.
We're going to see some stuff. It is not going to help. Like
It's gonna be then we're gonna go, thanks, I hate it. What does this mean? No? Okay. Have a good day.
And there's gonna be people, there's gonna be a whole new wave of YouTubers that are just gonna spend hours collectively, hundreds, maybe thousands of hours collectively, trying to dissect this trailer to make sense of it, and it's gonna be all gibberish.
Yep.
It's not gonna mean
it opens with a camera pushing in on Guillermo del Toro, who's sitting on a toilet, wearing a CPAP mask, holding a baby. Del Toro gives a thumbs up. Then the baby gives a thumbs up. The camera pushes inside of Del Toro, which is where Norman Reedus is. He then gives a thumbs up. We cut to a fleet of B-32 bombers who all have nutsacks for some reason. They drop bombs that look like Totino's pizza rolls onto like some black tar looking stuff. The Totino's pizza rolls open. Out come the pterodactyls with Maz Mikkelsen's head, which then do a flyby, which cuts back to Del Toro, who flushes. Cut to title.
Wait, no. Okay, no. And then after the title, it goes back to the toilet scene, but instead of Del Toro, it's just a panda, and the panda is holding a smaller panda.
Jesus.
All right. It all sounded like shit that you could conceivably see in a Kojima trailer until we got to the panda.
And then what happens is the box that this panda is sitting in, closes, and on the cover of the box is the title of the game.
Death Stranding.
That's it! Cut. We could do movie things for him. We're done. We're done here.
God.
Good night, everybody.
Wait.
The box says Stranding, death, and you're like, is it the name of a person?
Oh no! And it's not.
And then it turns into kanji. No.
It turns into actual kanji.
Oh, man.
But kanji that have multiple meanings, like, not just the death, like, death one is gonna be death, but, like, the rest of them have, like, multiple meanings, and you're like, ooh, but what does this mean?
And it won't help. We
Nope.
still have no idea what the game's about.
Yep.
No idea.
None at all.
God damn it. Oh, man. It's gonna be great.
You guys want to talk about Nintendo?
Yeah, I want to talk about
let's do
Nintendo. Nintendo's my favorite. I love you, Nintendo. Please.
Alright, Tegan, what's Nintendo gonna do?
Nintendo's gonna show us Animal Crossing.
No, they're not.
God, I hope so.
First, they're going to talk about the amazing success they've had with with Animal Crossing Pocket Camp in the mobile space, and then they're going to talk about how that's reignited their passion for Animal Crossing. Introducing Animal Crossing Switch, available Christmas 2019.
Oh, God.
Tegan, I will bet you $20 they will not mention Animal Crossing fucking
Then
once during this game.
I'm not willing to take you up on that bet because I want to have hope, damn it. Anyway, then they're going to announce a new Smash by during the tournament thing, not just by showing you the initial roster, but also announcing at least 2 characters that are in the unlockable roster. One
Tegan,
of them
it's a fucking port.
One of them is a Mario Rabbids.
Tegan, it's a fucking port. Like, come on. There's no way. It's 2017 to 2018. They didn't make a whole new engine.
It's a whole new
Smash.
Smash. It's a whole new Smash.
It's a port.
It's a whole new Smash.
Like, it's
Then-
clearly a port.
Then what they're gonna do is they're gonna tell us the name, the title, and release date for that Yoshi game they showed us last year, and then slide on in to Fire Emblem for Switch with a complete visual trailer and like 2.5 minutes of story exposition.
Okay, like these are your first predictions that I'm willing to jump into because I'm with Rocky. Smash is a port.
New Smash.
There's no way it's fresh.
Mario Rabbids playable character.
Mario Rabbids probably playable character, still a port.
But like that Yoshi game, man, who wants that
I
Yoshi
do.
game?
Looks like fun.
Girls like Yoshi, dude.
Girls like Yoshi. Yoshi's cute. He goes,
Also,
Look, I'm not debating whether or not Yoshi is knee deep in fucking pussy. I'm just saying nobody wants that fucking
It's
game.
'cause he's
also
got that
Yoshi
tongue skill.
needs something to do so he can pay off his fees to the IRS because he's just been recently convicted of tax evasion.
what?
Really?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yoshi's been convicted of tax evasion. He has problems.
I don't... Can you tax a dinosaur?
They're not. It's a Yoshi. Yoshi's not a dinosaur.
Yoshi's
Just looks like one.
Okay, anyway. Then we're gonna go into, Pokemon. Not just, not anything real big. Just... We're still working on the Pokemon game.
Can we go back to Fire
No,
Emblem for
we
a
can't.
second?
We're moving on.
Wait, okay, hold on. But about
What?
Fire Emblem, I just have one request.
Huh.
One, I actually don't want legacy characters. I want a completely new cast again.
Mhm.
And two, I need the protagonist to not be some random blonde kid. Because they've done that with both, Heroes and the beat 'em up game. I can't remember the name
Warriors?
of it now. Warriors, yeah. With Heroes and Warriors, the pro tags were blonde in both of them. And I think they were actually... No, Heroes only had one blonde. There was the blue-haired boy, the blonde girl, and the redhead girl. And then they had two blondes in Warriors. And I don't need more blondes in Fire Emblem. I'm there for the moe characters with, wacky hair colors. I need more...
The protagonist is customizable. Customizable face, customizable hair.
Oh, man, I'm worried about that. I hope it's closer to a Awakening situation than a Sonic
Yes. Yes.
Forces situation.
It's gonna be, they're gonna have 15 of each option, and you can pick and choose from there, and then a slider of 30 colors for the hair colors. All modeled after popular characters in Heroes. So you're gonna have, your Elise Blonde, you're gonna have your Camilla Purple, you're gonna have, your Marth Blue, you're gonna have those colors.
Okay.
That sort of thing.
I still want a 100% new cast. I don't want legacy characters. I don't want to see Marth. I don't want to see Roy. I don't want to see Ike. I want to see them make new characters like they did in the GameCube games and Radiant Dawn. Even though Radiant Dawn is a continuation, they just added a couple new characters.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, they have said that Fire Emblem is supposed to come out this year. We have seen nothing about this game since the initial announcement. Nothing.
Yeah, but Fire Emblem's also kind of
Do you think we're going to get Please Understand It, or do you think that this game is actually coming out this year?
This game's coming out this year.
The game's coming out this year. It's not like Mario and Zelda, where they don't super need the visuals to, sell us on the game. They just kind of put them out. They did that with Path of Radiance. Path of Radiance just came out. I don't even think it was announced at that year's E3. And even before then, the Game Boy Advance games where they did Sacred Stones, when they did Fire Emblem with Lynn and Eliwood and all them, they just put the games out. They didn't build up hype or anything because they didn't need everyone to buy it, but also they knew that it would reasonably do well. And I'm not sure if hyping up Warriors did a lot for Warriors, and Heroes is kind of self-profitable.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the Switch is a different audience than the 3DS, and I think that Nintendo cannot rely on an understanding of what Fire Emblem is if this is, as far as, shit which is announced for this fall, Fire Emblem and Yoshi are it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what they got. And if they really want their fall to lean on Fire Emblem, they're going to need to explain what Fire Emblem is to a bunch of people who bought Switches who have never fucked with that series before.
Well, I see your point, Brian, but I'd like to raise you Path of Radiance. It came out for the GameCube to basically an entirely new Fire Emblem audience. It did extremely well, and Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn are still trading at full value at secondhand stores. Like, they didn't come down. Like, if I remember correctly, Path of Radiance, which is the second game, which is the only game that actually has, like, the third tier, like, evolutions of, like, characters, that one actually averages sales at $70 and $80 a pop. Because, I mean, obviously Nintendo didn't make a huge amount of them, but even then it hasn't lost its value. Like, they just need to sit down and make a good console Fire Emblem game, and that's something totally within their power that they don't need PR to do.
Are the lifetime sales of Path of Radiance all that great?
I'm not entirely sure. But even then, it's popular enough that they leaned on Path of Radiance's popularity to sell literally every Fire Emblem game since.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Nintendo never revealed what the US sales were for Path of Radiance or for Rest of World. Thankfully, due to the way Japanese price charts and information is available for Japan, so like we'll know what this new Fire Emblem sells when it comes out because the way sales reporting has changed. But Path of Radiance sold in Japan 156,000 copies. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that they got to explain what Fire Emblem is to people.
I feel like Path of Radiance did that when it came out. But I don't know. I think Fire Emblem Switch, whatever they actually end up doing, as long as they decide to do like new IP and not do like legacy stuff, like if they actually make a new game, I think they're going to do fine.
Is this the part where I shit on the Yoshi game?
Yeah,
Good,
this
man.
is the part where you shit on the Yoshi game.
Okay. Nobody cares about this fucking Yoshi game. I'm done. We can move on.
Okay, cool.
That's it?
That's his whole thing.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just saying, man. Nobody, like, I'm not going to wait. Like, I'm not going to devote more attention to this Yoshi game than Nintendo is.
I mean, dude, it's fine. Like, none of us care about the Yoshi game. We can talk about stuff we care about. Like Pokemon.
I mean, like, I know a way that they could sell more copies of the Yoshi game. They could package it with all those unsold copies of that fucking Kirby game.
I apologize, Tegan. I was totally wrong. We're not done with Yoshi.
Which Kirby
We're done
game?
now. The one that
Kirby
just came
Star
out that nobody
Allies?
cares about.
Are you
Also, it's
Yep.
are you
so
shitting
DLC
me? Kirby Star Allies
Yeah.
is selling crazy. We can't keep it in the store. We can't keep it. You don't understand. It's gone. Every time we get a shipment, they're gone within half the day. We can't keep a hold of Kirby Star Allies. It's gone all the time. People care about Kirby Star Allies.
Yeah, apparently.
Okay.
Yeah, no, hold on. I'm looking at this now. They set a new sales record as of April 24th, which was last week? Yeah, last Tuesday. Yeah, no, they're...
Then I would like to apologize to Mr. Kirby.
I think Kirby's actually non-binary, but whatever, man.
Alright, then I will apologize to Kirby, and I stand by my comments regarding the Yoshi game. Nobody cares about this fucking Yoshi game.
I'm gonna laugh. I mean, I'm laughing right now, but I'm going to laugh if Yoshi cleans up. Because you know Yoshi cleans up, I mean, he's knee-deep in pussy, my dude. But, like, fucking...
Look, nobody is debating whether or not Yoshi crushes puss. Like, we know this.
I don't want to know that.
He's got that tongue.
I
got
don't
that
need
saddle.
to know this.
Okay.
Non-required information.
He's got that tongue.
I'm
He's got that
dying.
saddle. He's got them fucking shoes. You know why he wears shoes and nothing else? Because Yoshi's
My
ready to fuck.
garden is
Yoshi
withering as
Okay,
we
so-
speak.
Guys, so Pokemon Switch, right?
Pokemon
Like,
Switch.
Yeah, I think Pokemon Switch needs to be somewhere between Stadium and Coliseum. So basically just like an open world, like an actually open world Pokemon game that isn't gimmick, because like Pokemon doesn't need gimmicks. It's already a very solid game. Just like throw in some new Pokemon, add 3D sprites, make some solid voice lines, or even just text lines for characters. Now, if it's on 3D, you should probably have voice lines. And just like let people go at it, man. Make a very simple, succinct story, introduce all the Pokemon, the new types, and then let the online just run, dude. Like, build up.
So it does not need a Breath of the Wild style reboot.
I think it could use one. I don't think Pokemon needs it. I think Sun and Moon needs to streamline the experience and take like the training wheels off. And I felt like Sun and Moon tried to reintroduce Pokemon to the point that it was boring. And, well, like, they reintroduced Pokemon, but in a way that I couldn't turn my brain off, I think. Because even when I played, like, X and Y, or, you know, even Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, those games still spent time to teach me what Pokemon was all over again. But there was either enough new stuff that wasn't completely necessary that I could explore later, or the stuff that they were introducing was so simple that I could just brush through it and get to the rest of the game. And in Sun and Moon, I don't think they added enough to mechanics, but they asked me to do new stuff that I didn't care about doing, because I just wanted to find the new Pokemon and make my new battle team. And they wanted me to, like, explore dungeons and talk to these random island folk and save, like, their guides, and then talk to hyper beasts and all other shit that I just didn't care about. So, like, they made things I didn't care about that turned me off to the game, that I didn't feel like playing it anymore. Because I already know what I like about Pokemon. Like, I want to find the new Pokemon, I want to check out some new sprites and stuff, and build my team. And I feel like the faster the game lets me do that, the better off it'll be.
Pokemon will not be at this press conference.
How are you so sure?
It's not coming out this year.
What do you mean? Didn't they already announce it? Oh, no, they said 2019.
Yeah, 2019.
No, they said coming to Nintendo Switch. 2018 or later. They didn't even say 2019. They said 2018 or later.
Okay.
They're gonna go. This is what they're gonna do. They're gonna say, we are still working on new Pokemon for Switch. It will be coming in the future. And maybe show, like, one Pokemon.
like one
well,
new
like
Pokemon.
they just announced a new legendary, that electric monkey thing, and they're gonna say whether or not that legendary is gonna be in the new game or not. That's all they're gonna do.
Well,
They
Nintendo's
may
already
also
said that
announce a Pokemon Snap. Available in
that
the
is too good an
eShop.
idea, Tegan.
Available in the eShop right now.
Actually, that would be dope.
That's what I can see.
Tegan, that idea makes too
I
much
know,
sense.
but that's what they're gonna do. Anyway, they've been doing it.
Pokemon makes sense.
They did Pokemon Snap basically on the 3DS in Sun and Moon. There's no reason they couldn't just port that tech up to the Switch. It'd be super easy. Anyway, okay. Stardew Valley physical release with a demo of the multiplayer featuring the Switches in the Treehouse Live. And then, Splatoon 2, we're going to talk about the Octo DLC stuff. Just a little bit more. We're going to see, like, one little, like the intro thing for the new agent, and we're going to get their agent 6 or whatever. We're going to get, like, that much, and that's it. That's it. And then it's going to turn off.
No, I think that we're going to see a whole shit ton of that, because Nintendo said that this conference or this presentation is going to focus on 2018 releases. And as near as I can tell, so far the things that we've talked about.
Here's the thing. I don't think it's going to go here. I think it's going to they're doing a Splatoon, a finals. They're doing a Splatfest finals between a Team USA. Well, I don't know which team actually. One of the USA teams and one of the Europe teams, I think. Like how they did the Inkling Invitational. The Inkling Invitational finals are going to be at E3. That's where they're going to do the major Splatoon 2 focus. We're going to get a little bit in the like the video presentation that they're going to do online, but the rest of it's going to go there as like pre and post show.
And I think that like talking about how that stuff translates to the multiplayer later is definitely something that you'll see there. But I think that the reason that it could benefit from being in this context, or at the very least during their 3 days of Treehouse Live presentations, is part of how they're marketing this thing and part of the messaging on it is how much robust single player content there is in the expansion. Because the way you unlock the ability to play the Octolings and the way you get the gear for the multiplayer is to finish the single player campaign that's coming in the expansion.
Wait.
You don't even get to touch the multiplayer stuff for the expansion until you finish the campaign, and the campaign is like pretty damn big based on what they've said.
Wait. Hold on. I don't remember that last part, because I know they're adding 100 new pieces of gear, but I don't remember that being tied to completion of a single player story.
I think that's just DL.
Go back and watch. Like, you don't, because the gear, I mean, maybe the clothes and stuff will be available, but like the ability to play Octolings and the new weapons come from finishing the single player expansion.
But not the new gear. Those are different things.
Yeah. Okay. No, I understand what Brian's saying. I can accept that. Yeah, like new weapons.
Yes.
And the ability to place an Octoling is tied to the end of the single player campaign. That's correct.
Yes. But the new aesthetic gear is just part of the thing.
Right. And so like if they're making like this expansion which has like this large single player narrative and shows you new sides of existing characters, and then, you know, like the dark underbelly of the fucking world of like Squid Kids versus Octolings, they're going to want to kind of truck that out, because like it's weird because Splatoon 2 is kind of doing what Destiny 2 needs to do, which is finding ways to lure players back in, you know, get people who have maybe pushed away from the game interested in it again. They're doing that. So
Brian's going to Splatfest with us. It's going to be great.
Are you guys Splatfest with us?
Is that happening now?
Yeah.
No, but Brian's going to do it like in July, so he can be an Octoling.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I mean, there is one going on right now.
Let Nintendo woo me. Let Nintendo woo me, because they're sure
woo
not
me?
wooing
Let
me.
me woo me?
With
Woo me!
Woo me!
Woo me. Okay, sorry. Brian doesn't know what that means.
They're not wooing me with that Yoshi tongue. So, like, let them come at me with the Octolings.
Oh, man. We'll get Brian... No, imagine if we get Brian to rank X. What if we're a rank X team, guys?
Dude, that'd be good. I'm down.
See, like... So, Brian, the only reason one of the big reasons I'm getting back into ranked is so I can prestige back into S+. Because if I get to S10, which is, like, the higher rank than S+ that we have right now, if I get to S10 by the time the expansion comes out, then I will be rank X. And while I also get the X gesture, which is super dope, the top 500 players who have like the X points or X power that you get from playing matches, they're published on like the Splatoon 2 website, and like they're broadcast on the server. So like I want to be on that list. Even if I'm number 500, I don't care. That sounds dope.
I'm never going to be on that list, but you know. It'd be neat. It'd be nice to be S. Like, I'd be happy with that. I'm not great. I don't have any illusions to being great. But, you know.
Tegan, you gotta get back on the Charger tech and just really be about it.
I'm not gonna get on Charger tech. I'm not. I like my regular... No, I like my regular shooters.
Okay.
I like my water guns.
You gotta start short hopping and stuff.
I do. I gotta get in there. I gotta get better. I gotta play more matches so I can scrub my stuff and get better gear.
True.
Anyway, but I want to be fashionable too. I want to look good.
If they're going to talk Smash and they're going to talk Splatoon 2, then they need to talk about the online, which is launching in September.
Yeah.
Which they will, I'm sure. We're going to get a price point.
We have that. Well, it's $20 a year.
We're going to find out if there's like a gold tier or something.
I'm pretty sure they're going to rework the online, the phone app as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Hey, wouldn't it be neat if what they said was, you don't need to plug a headset into your fucking phone like an animal.
Right, maybe you still can use the phone to set up private chat rooms, but those chat rooms transfer into your Switch log, and then you can just plug your headset into your Switch. And go from there.
Yeah, they work.
So, Nintendo has a gigantic-ass 3DS catalog.
Mm-hmm.
A game that they announced at E3 2017 has since now also been announced to be coming to the Switch in the form of Sushido Striker.
Yeah.
The Way of Sushido.
Yeah. Yep. So it is obvious that Nintendo recognizes that what's good for the goose is good for the gander, and that when stuff is looking good for the Switch, porting stuff to the Switch is a good idea. So, like, their sushi sorting game is now coming to the Switch because the Switch is doing well. Are there any existing Nintendo first-party titles that
Other than Pokemon?
seem like likely candidates for Switch porting? Or even, like, third-party titles. Like, I mean, Code of Princess is coming to Switch in September.
Story of Seasons.
That could be good. Oh, they could actually do the whole thing. Oh, wait, no, I'm thinking of, like, the Oracle games.
Yeah.
And then the third
Ooh,
one.
that'd be good. Yeah! Yeah! Oh my god! Release Legend of Zelda and the Seeds of Courage! Oh
Yes.
my god! Oh my god! I would die! I'm already dying. Oh god! Oh my god, it'd be beautiful! Oh my god!
So yeah, they could do that. I'd
I
like to
need
have
it.
like Mario Lost Levels to come back. That seems like that'd be cool.
I want to see
Um,
Mario Sunshine! We're porting Luigi's Mansion. Are we getting Mario Sunshine?
No one
I
likes
like Mario Sunshine!
Brian, fuck off.
Brian, you
okay.
always say that! You always say no one likes stuff about stuff I like! I'm nobody!
Also, Mario Sunshine is like one of the best Mario games to have ever
it's
come out.
so
Man.
fun!
Super Mario Sunshine is a bad video game.
Fuck right off, Brian. Brian, you're wrong.
Brian,
okay?
no!
You are incorrect, sir.
No, Brian, no.
Sunshine is so good.
No.
I'm sorry, is this my most controversial opinion so far?
At least today, man. At least today.
No, I think your most
I mean-
controversial opinion, which we immediately refuted, was nobody cares about Kirby Star Allies.
Oh yeah, that was
Okay, alright.
But Brian just didn't know the
let's-
math that time. Like that's different. He just assumed.
I'm gonna stand by this Mario Sunshine thing.
Go ahead.
If you
And-
like Mario Sunshine, fucking leave us a sunshine emoji in the comments.
Super Mario Sunshine is real super
It's so
trash.
fun!
I'm gonna always spend a little time on this digression
Uh-huh.
because we want to talk about E3.
Sure.
But Mario Sunshine is a pile of shit,
All right, man.
and I will give you some bullet points on
I'm
this.
waiting for them. I'm just getting insults right now.
Okay. All right. First of all, I cannot think of a first-party Nintendo game with worse camera control than Mario Sunshine, and I've played Mario 64. Like, where they were barely understanding just the fundamental ideas of, like, in a 3D space, you need to control a camera. Mario Sunshine, it's like a fucking drunk pirate with one hand and a taste for anger is in control of the camera. You're just, like, running around. You're like, what's going on? And then they're like, I don't know. Fuck you. Live or die. We don't care. And, like, the camera just does the craziest bullshit. Also, the shitty rendering on, like, for textures on the top of surfaces makes it completely impossible to distinguish whether or not something is something you could stand on or not. So you'll be jetpacking along with your lame water pack, Flood, and you're like, can I land on that? It looks like I can land on that. I guess I can land on that. I don't know. It's not rendering a shadow below me, so I don't know if I'm actually hovering over me. But then again, this game doesn't reliably render shadows at all, so I guess I can't really use that as a point of reference. Oh, I landed. I'm fine. Cool. I guess I can land on things that look like this. Let me try and land on something that looks just like this 2 minutes from now. Oh, wait, no. I fell through the object, because of the terrible clipping in this shitty video game, and I fell to my death.
I don't think that's a problem I've ever had, but okay. What's your
Yeah.
third bullet point, man?
All right. Also, because of the Byzantine ways that all of the levels are laid out,
Mhm.
like, let's say you die, which you'll do a lot in this game,
Sure.
you get spit out into the middle of Delfino Plaza, and they're like, congratulations, fuck Mo, you died. Which now means getting back up to, like, this inconveniently placed, like, level, which is all the way up there, and then getting to the inconvenient place in the individual map, which is where the shine is that you want to get. And then if it's one of those, like jumping puzzle ones, or they take flood away from you or something, then you have to get all the way to the jumping puzzle again. Like, Mario Sunshine can force you to take, like, 10 to 15 minutes to fail once. It's funny. It's like Mario Sunshine wishes it was Monster Hunter.
Okay, hold on. I want to comment on this death thing. And if I remember correctly, when you die, especially in those flood levels, you're still taken back to the beginning of the level, which is still, like, not great. I'll accept that, but you're not thrown all the way to Delfino. Like that, you only get that when you get a game over.
And even when you get, like, a game over in that area, you can still, like, just get kicked out of the level entirely, depending on which level it is.
You're tossed to Delfino.
My dude.
I don't know, man.
You are tossed to Town Square in Delfino. Like, right in front of the fruit stand.
I know where that is. I'm pretty sure that only happens when you game over.
Yeah.
Like, I'll watch a little bit of a Let's Play, because there's enough of them that, like, I actually care about, that I feel like, no, it's okay. I'll look at it later. Let's talk about E3.
Also, the pachinko levels are super garbage.
The which ones?
The pachinko levels.
The pachinko levels?
I'm trying to remember what those are right now.
Those are the ones where, like, you have to get all the red coins. You're in, like, a giant pachinko machine. You drop in from the top like a ball.
Oh. Yeah, those are pretty tough, man.
They're
those are a rough
doable,
time.
though.
The word you're looking for is trash. Also, like, Yoshi, known pussy magnet, is at his worst in this game.
Sure. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Like, Name one level from this game. There we go.
Yeah, I just remember what they
There's
look
no
like.
level called Rocky.
I don't remember what their names are. I remember there's well, I mean, there's the first level where you have to clear out that one plaza village. There's another one where I think you're, like, at a beach that's underwater, something like that.
It's kind of my point. Like, this is a game which is only memorable in its level of offensiveness.
I don't think that's true. I had a really good time playing the game.
Oh. I had a lot of fun, too.
Man. Also, like, breaking that game is a lot of fun. Like, I'll show you something I'll show you, like, a couple of videos of some players. Like, what they'd end up doing is, like, they could break the jump function in that game. And, like, there's movement that's clearly intentional, where you're doing the basic jump, when you're doing triple jumps and whatnot, and you can move efficiently that way. But there's ways to break the jumps where you get, like, a weird floatiness to it that allows you to progress through levels a lot quicker and move in ways that were ultimately unexpected. Like, that game was a lot of fun to play, but it was also a lot of fun to, like, break. And people broke it because they just ran around and kept doing dumb shit. And I don't know, man. Like, I had a really good time with Sunshine. And, like, I think I might even have a better time watching it, which is, like, rare, because I don't watch a lot of video games. So, I don't know. I can't agree with you there, man. I'm sorry.
I will revise my statement that no one cares about this game to no one except for Rocky and Tegan cares about this game.
I mean, you're fundamentally wrong, but it's okay. Like, I'm gonna raise the banner, dude. Like, I'm gonna find the people who can talk to you about Super Mario Sunshine, try to share the good word with
Only
you.
if the banner has a sun sprite on it.
Well, it's gotta.
It's gotta. They're so cute. They're better than stars.
When it comes to Mario and sons, I want my sons angry and chasing
No,
Mario.
I mean, that's the entire thing. He's trying to
That
get
is
Mama
most of the
Peach
thing.
back. How
Yeah,
does that
and also,
work?
like, Bowser super lied to Bowser Jr.
He did.
And that, honestly, at this point, like, for a while, I was just really mad at Bowser. and like I felt bad for Bowser Jr., but now I just feel bad for whoever Bowser Jr.'s mom actually is.
Who is Bowser Jr.'s mom?
Dude, I don't know. And like, it's not. Like, it's clearly something that's like Bowser. Like it's one Koopa somewhere, and I just don't. I don't know anything about her, and Nintendo will probably never tell us, which is also
when
terrible.
I said son, did you think I was saying son and I was being cutesy?
Huh? I thought you said SON.
No, I think he said SUN, but
right, the angry son from Super Mario Brothers 3.
Yeah. But Tegan did SON, and I just ran with it.
All right. Okay.
Also, I feel bad because I'm probably going to have to cut all this out, but that's a whole other thing.
Wait, this whole Super Mario Sunshine section is fucking gold.
No, it's not.
Yeah, but it's not. It's
trash.
It's not E3, man.
It's trash because your opinions are trash. Anyway!
Wait, so you're saying it's like the video game
God,
Super Mario
okay.
Sunshine, it's trash?
Third-party announcements. We're not getting Grand Theft Auto 5. Grand Theft Auto 5 is garbage. Next. We might get Kingdom Hearts 3 whenever Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out. We're gonna get an NES and SNES library. Nope. And we're getting no Battle Royale game, but we are gonna get the goddamn fucking My Hero Academia fighter. Not slowing down. We got shit to do, Brian. We got shit to do.
Fair.
We're 2.5 hours into this.
I just think that Grand Theft Auto 5 is
Fuck
possible.
Grand Theft Auto 5. Fuck it. I hate that game. It can go and die.
I'm not saying you have to like it. I'm just saying that it's likely.
No.
I don't think it's coming to I don't think it's coming to Switch. Like
No.
I think Rockstar spending so much time just keeping that running on like PlayStation, allowing the mod community to still do stuff, and to support it on Xbox and PS4 for them to work on a Switch port for that game. Like I feel like that game is actually too
Grand Theft Auto 5 started on the PS3 and Xbox 360, so there's already last-gen versions of that game that exist. So it's not like that the effort would be Herculean. And considering how much money that game makes in microtransactions, getting a audience which is microtransaction willing, playing that game portably, seems like free money.
Fuck that game.
I don't know if I understand what you're saying. I don't think they'll do it, but I know what you're saying.
Okay, and now we go on to Activision. We're good.
I had no idea I was going to salt the earth that hard with Mario Sunshine. Damn. The Battle Royale thing that I mentioned there is, like, there is a Battle Royale game announced already for Switch called Crazy Justice.
Oh, wait, what about that Skull game? What was that? Wait. Fuck. What was that thing?
Morphe's Law.
Morphe's Law. We're gonna see Morphe's Law. We're gonna get a release date for that.
Crazy Justice also looks real good, and it's built in UE4, and it's like Fortnite level of pretty. So I expect I think that we'll likely see a Battle Royale game. Whether we see like Morphe's Law or we see Crazy Justice, I think at least one of those will show up in the
I don't think Morphe's Law is a Battle Royale game.
It's not.
It's a team game.
It's more of a team-based shooter, like a Splatoon style thing. So maybe we'll see both because one's not really a Battle Royale thing. All right. Activision. I think all this shit that we have here under Activision is going to get talked about on the Sony stage.
Spyro and Call of Duty? Yep.
Square
Enix,
Enix.
Kingdom Hearts 3! Please understand.
It's gonna get another trailer. They're gonna move the release date.
They're gonna announce the Frozen level, and they're gonna show 3 minutes of gameplay on the Frozen level. We're gonna get to see one other assist character. We're gonna get to see the opening theme with the opening cutscene, because they already announced the opening theme from Utada, and then that's it. And then maybe like a finalized date. But it may be early 2019 at this rate. Final Fantasy VII, we're gonna get a huge please understand, because they have scrapped everything that happened, and they're starting over the port up. So
Again.
yep. And then
I think Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out this year.
What do you
year.
got, Brian?
Just the frequency of data drops at this point, like they're dumping. They've been teasing out stuff like once a month over the last several months for Kingdom Hearts 3. Like they've kept the drip of information pretty constant.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like just a couple weeks ago they introduced like the classic Kingdom.
Yep.
Where the gameplay looks like old Tiger handhelds.
Mm-hmm.
So like stuff like showing the Monsters Inc. world, showing the theme, showing the classic Kingdom. Like we've been pretty constant over the last couple months for Kingdom Hearts 3. And I think that the only reason that we haven't gotten a release date yet is because they remember how they burned themselves when they announced the final release date for Final Fantasy 15 as September 30th, and then fucked that up when they had to release it in late November. And I think that Square Enix can at least learn that lesson from itself. Like, they know the game's going to be this year. They just don't want to get themselves into a Final Fantasy 15 situation where they're like, at last, the Final Fantasy 15 release date. Whoops, sorry, no, we mean November. So they're just holding back the date until it is absolutely in stone. So that way when they say Kingdom Hearts 3, like, October, they can mean it.
Okay, so the only way Kingdom Hearts 3 is getting released this year is if they do what Capcom did with Street Fighter V, where they release a game, it is obviously unfinished. They will have a couple of kingdoms that you're able to run around in, but it's nowhere near the number that was in Kingdom Hearts 1, let alone Kingdom Hearts 2. And they decide to do like a season pass thing where they add stuff over time. I don't think the game will even be finished in 2018, let alone out for consumption.
Friendly wager.
Okay.
10 spot.
I'll do 10 on it.
Okay. All right. The clock is ticking, folks.
But if it comes out in 2018 and it's unfinished, I'm counting that as me winning that bet. Like if Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out this year, before the end of 2018, but it has less worlds than
No, I'm not taking that bet, Rocky. That's you rewriting it. You said it will not. You said will not be finished in 2018, let alone playable.
Yeah, so like if they release an unfinished game,
under those terms, basically all you have to do is just not like it. If Rocky doesn't like it, Rocky would win the bet.
Fine. If they release Kingdom Hearts 3 as a game that promises expansion, that they're going to add new worlds, would you accept that? Because that's what I'm saying. That they'll put out a game, but it's not going to be like Kingdom Hearts. Like it's going to feel short and unfinished. But they're like, but we have more content. It's still coming, and like they're just going to add stuff over time. And like maybe in mid 2019, if they force themselves to release in 2018, it'll be a complete Kingdom Hearts game. But I don't think it will be. That's what I'm saying. And that's even if they release it this year.
I don't know. I think that where we are is that, like, let's just assume at the end of the year I'm going to give Rocky $10.
Oh, man. Oh, God. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I have no faith in Square Enix, and I have very good reasons for not having faith in Square Enix.
Yeah, they're a bad company.
And, like, if they put something out this year, and as snobbish as this sounds, I don't think it'll be a complete Kingdom Hearts game. Because I don't think that's where they are. Like, they might do some stuff that seems neat, like their it wasn't even a monochrome world. What was it, the classic Kingdom or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's not even as thought out as, like, the monochrome world was in Kingdom Hearts 2. And monochrome, even that game didn't feel complete. But it was still a world that you went to. There was a gimmick involved, like the old, like, aerial level, where you had to sing everything or whatever. Or no, maybe that was the new one. No, I can't remember which. Not super important. But, like, I can understand them putting in, like, tiny, like, almost joke levels like that. I mean, there was one in the first one with, like, Winnie the Pooh. Like, you didn't really fight anything in, like, the 100 Acre Wood. You just kind of, like, ran around and did stuff with Pooh. And you got more stuff, and there was a Keyblade there. But, I don't know, dude. That doesn't feel like an evolution of the series, and especially not something that I was willing to wait, like, 14 years for. So, like, I don't know. And that might just be salt, and if it is, I'll totally accept that. But I don't think that this Kingdom Hearts project is where it should be for even the amount of time or the resources that they've poured into it.
Well, by definition, they'll never reach that point, Rocky. They've been in it so long that they are never going to release a game that looks like 14 years worth of work.
Okay.
Like, that is just simply not possible. They are in a Final Fantasy 15 / like...
I think it's more 14 years worth of story writing and probably 6 years of Disney going, hey, this franchise is doing really well, put this in. Hey, this franchise is doing well, put this in. And the writers having to go, well, wait, how do we incorporate those? What do you mean we have to incorporate those now? Like, I think that's the real problem.
What do you mean you guys bought Star Wars?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You want us to add a lightsaber Keyblade now? What the shit? How's that gonna work? Where are we gonna put these people? Like...
Yeah.
I think it's more that problem than anything else.
And even then, I don't think all that stuff is going to be in a finished Kingdom Hearts game this year. That's what I'm saying. Like, if there are, like, 6 stages in there, like, it would need to be all the new stuff, and there would be nothing else. Like, if those were the directives that they got from Disney or whatever, that it would only be, like, Moana, Frozen, Star Wars, Tron, and, like, 2 Kingdom Hearts specific levels, and then they would throw out all the other legacy stuff that they've been building, like Maleficent, and Hercules, and Beauty and the Beast. And if they're going to include those characters that are part of this canon, that's a much bigger game, and the time that they've had where they've switched creators and whatnot, there's no way that stuff is done with all the other stuff that they've been adding on top of it. Like, that's outside of a dev cycle or anything like that. So, like, I can't say with any confidence that this game's going to come out this year, unless it's unfinished.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think that they will use anybody's stage or have any kind of press conference or have any footage or anything to say about Final Fantasy VII. That game is in a state. Game is a mess. Bro, you think Kingdom Hearts 3 is a mess. Final Fantasy VII Remake would like you to hold its beer.
Watch this.
They didn't need to do that. I still maintain. But that's a whole other thing. That's me being mad at Square Enix.
I think that everything pretty much that they're going to have to say is going to be about Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and maybe if one of those games that they're doing for Marvel is ready to go, that. So, but I mean, they've got, what is it, Eidos working full-time? No, it's Crystal Dynamics.
Crystal Dynamics
is working full-time on that Marvel game, which is why Eidos Montreal is doing Shadow of the Tomb Raider. So, maybe if the Avengers game is ready to go, we'll see that, but we haven't heard one peep about that game. Not one thing. Usually, if something was ready to go, Square is a leaky ship. Square cannot keep... Shit, we've known about Shadow of the Tomb Raider for 3 years. Like, pretty much as soon as, like, the last game came out, we knew about the next Tomb Raider game. Like, so we know that they can't, like, keep their shit under wraps, and, like, there's nothing about that Marvel game. Capcom?
I like the idea of there being another DMC. I'm not sure if it'd be a Microsoft exclusive. If it were, it'd be weird, but I'd understand it. I know they did announce Mega Man 11, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so we'll probably get something on that. I would like stuff like that would include some sort of collaborative playing, like whether it's like split screen or like online multiplayer or even just like a ghost like time attack mode. That would be cool.
Or maybe Mega Man and one of his cool friends. Like, if you were to do a co-op where, maybe it's Zero. Like Mega Man and Zero.
Maybe they'll bring back Proto Man.
Mega Man and Zero are rivals though, because the way binary works.
Currently.
That would be cool if they did like the Ghost Time Attack thing. Like you could do stages as either like Mega Man or Zero, and you try to compete for the best time.
Oh man, now I'm stuck on this whole idea of bringing back Proto Man. Damn it, Rocky! You
I mean,
broke me.
Roll's new design is cute. I like Roll.
Roll is cool.
I like Roll. Rock and roll. Ha ha. Ha ha. Anyway. Capcom versus Capcom.
I mean,
Mega Man's in the Capcom game.
Well, yeah. Avi. I mean, there could be another Capcom Fighters game. Like, I'm not opposed to it.
Apparently Disney was real hard to work with on the latest MVC game, which is part of why it was a shit show.
But
like,
I guess
like no marketing footage of Marvel heroes getting hit. You can show the villains getting hit, but not the heroes. Like, you can't show Iron Man getting punched.
that seems super goofy.
Yeah.
And I'd like, man, the thing is, if they're trying to recoup like what they may have lost in like the venture with like with Disney with Marvel's Capcom Infinite, I would see them trying to reuse those assets, and I don't see that going well. And if they made something like with like a retro feel that had more like 2D sprites, like, oh, you know, it'd be really cool if they did a Capcom Fighters, but that played a lot more like Street Fighter 3. Like, it's a lot faster. It's more normals based, and they had like kind of anime drawn backgrounds in the back. That could be really cool. But some of those characters definitely wouldn't fit that style, like Arthur. But they could bring back characters like Amaterasu, and like you could have like Darkstalkers in it. That could be cool, but I don't know. I'm having a hard time like seeing it, like what a Capcom Fighters game, a new Capcom Fighters game would look like.
I think that adding a Mario Tennis style adventure game overlay on top of it, where there is like a light story that requires you to like navigate a map. Like if you show somebody an overworld map and you have like a little Ryu or Mega Man sprite running around that map building a party, like, we have to save Capcom, which is funny enough because that's the actual story of Capcom right now. I think that could be a good time.
I don't know. I feel like it would come off like that Where is Mario game? Like, which is like, you know, fierce novelty. I don't think that's like the game that saves Capcom. I mean, it might be, honestly, but I have no idea if it will. Oh wait, no, never mind. I got it. So the Capcom Fighters game, or whatever this game that we're talking about is, it stars Phoenix Wright and his crew.
Ooh.
And he meets Ryu, who's being accused of murder. But Ryu doesn't murder like civilians, let alone fight civilians, let alone murder them. And then Ryu needs to help Phoenix solve the mystery. And then Phoenix Wright travels the world with the new Capcom characters, helping out with other people. And like, we can have other characters like Chun-Li, who works for Interpol, like assist with the investigation. They'll run into Guile. So it's like Phoenix Wright x Street Fighter. No, that's not right. I don't know, but I'd play that game.
I think that Bison needs a little help creating new, better dolls.
Okay.
And so Dr. Wily has got the better brainwashing tech.
Yo! Actually, I'm down. So it's just Capcom World now. Oh, man.
Okay, all right. So basically, this is something that we would be interested in as long as they don't fuck it up.
Well, yeah. But, Capcom kind of fucks up everything. At least for a little while.
Speaking of Capcom fucking up everything, we haven't heard anything about the Resident Evil 2 remake in a while.
Man, I'm kind of over remakes. I think, as a whole. I would like a new Resident Evil game with, a Far Cry-esque, feel to it. Not Far Cry-esque feel, but, I would like a soft reboot of the Resident Evil series. I know 7 did really well, because it, really contained itself.
I wouldn't mind another self-contained Resident Evil.
That's true.
I think that'd be okay.
Yeah, I think that if they announced Resident Evil 8 and Resident Evil 8 is just more of the new formula, people would be okay with that.
But I don't want to be just okay with Resident Evil. I want Resident Evil to be great. And Resident Evil 7 did especially well because it just came after 6 and 5, which got way too big and totally shit the bed. And I don't think Resident Evil 8 would be praised for the miracle of not shitting the bed.
Okay. So you think that whatever RE8 is, it needs to do more?
Yeah, I feel like it needs to do more, but they need to still it needs to be focused, and I think that's the issue. 5 was way too sprawling and more action-y than scary, and 6 was unfocused because they wanted to do this wide sprawling narrative with a bunch of different characters that didn't mesh well. It wasn't even 4, and even then 4 had a self-contained story and you could play as another character, but it wasn't necessary to the experience. You could have a great time just playing as Leon, and 6 wanted you to play as young Wesker and all this other shit, and it wasn't necessary.
The last publisher we have listed here is Focus Home Interactive. The reason I've added them is because they have become an increasingly large presence at E3. They're still not doing their own conference but at this point, I'm not sure why they aren't. Because they bring a lot of stuff, and they're very much filling out that mid-tier of publisher that we used to have, which has kind of become a thing increasingly of the past. Because big publishers, their budgets are so big, they can't have a lot of games. But then there's the indie stuff and not a lot of stuff in between. So they're a mid-tier publisher, and they have put out stuff in the last couple of years that has done pretty well. They did the Styx games, which are those games about a goblin doing stealth. They did Spin Tires, which did well. And they published the Sherlock Holmes series of games, Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishment, Sherlock Holmes the Devil's Daughter, so on.
And Call of Cthulhu.
Yep. And so they've got some stuff on the books. They've got a open world Call of Cthulhu action RPG, which is coming out this year. Which is based on the Chaosium Call of Duty rule set. And every time they've shown that game, it's looked gorgeous. And it's supposed to come out this fall. So I guess we'll see some of that. They've got the developers who did Stalker, which is a very well-loved game, doing a battle royale game set in a post-apocalyptic Chernobyl.
I saw that.
Yeah. And I feel man, if there's going to be a breakout battle royale hit, post-apocalyptic Chernobyl from the guys who did Stalker sounds like a good-ass candidate for that, Plus the title's just cool. Fear the Wolves. And there's no announced Dark Souls style game on the books right now. Like, there's that thing that From just barely teased at Paris Games Week last year, where they're like, shadows die twice. But all we saw was like a thing getting flexed, and then the words "shadows die twice," and we don't even know if that's about a Dark Souls style game. But Focus Home Interactive has announced The Surge 2, and The Surge is a Souls style game, which means that there is the only people with an announced Souls like right now is Focus. Insurgency Sandstorm is kind of like a realistic squad-based shooter with a heavy focus on a single-player campaign, as well as a CSGO-style multiplayer. So, with increased changes to Call of Duty, I can see that finding a market as well. There's not a lot known about Plague Tale Innocence, but everybody who's gotten hands-on preview say it plays and looks like what if the Last of Us was set during the 19th century. Set during the 17th century and had to do with a spreading plague caused by rats. And the central characters are women. And that seems like in an environment which is increasingly valuing heavy single-player games, again, that's a thing that could do well. So, like, Focus feels like an increasingly relevant publisher. Greedfall is a game about people colonizing America and discovering that there's monsters here when they arrive.
The monsters are white men.
Well, they are the white men arrive on the continent.
Oh, okay, I see.
The white men arrive on the continent and they discover, surprise, there's monsters here, and so then but they're there because they're shitty, greedy colonialists.
Right. Okay.
So ergo, greedfall instead of landfall.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then they're rightly punished
so
for their greed.
Like, the thing is that, like, I feel like a lot of these titles that they have announced on their slate, and I didn't even put all the fucking, like, Warhammer shit they have on the books right now. Like, these guys have got a certified hit on their hands with that, what is the name of that, like, 4 versus Horde game, which is, like, Warhammer themed, which is out right now. God, I'm blanking. I'm terrible at this. But these guys have got some games. Like, I feel like they'll make an impression. Like, they're worth noting. I don't think that there's any risky predictions here, but I'd say watch Focus during E3. Any general predictions regarding the conference, guys? Like, any particularly hilarious people being drunk in public? Anybody who will win our hearts during press conferences that you could anticipate, like David Soliani's, crying at Nintendo, or Janina Gavankar in outstanding outfits. Like, who's going to win our heart?
Well, I mean, Janina Gavankar always has my heart. I'm pretty sure Snoop Dogg and Terry Crews are going to be there. I'm pretty sure Terry Crews will be there for something EA related. I'd like to see Phil Spencer and, like, Snoop Dogg do something together. I feel like that'd be cool.
Well, we have a chance of Terry Crews at the Microsoft conference because Terry Crews is the voice actor for the lead character in Crackdown 3.
That's right. So he might be there too.
So if Cool Dad Phil Spencer and Terry Crews hang out, I'm way on board with that.
What's some of that? I don't know. I hope there isn't a drum line. I do hope there is a marching band, or at least some, like, form of horns. Because, I mean, if there's horns playing, I can't be mad. It's against the rules. Sony is going to have an orchestra, but...
Yeah, I mean, that is... # the safest possible prediction. Sony to have orchestra.
I'm interested to see how Mr. Furukawa does in the Nintendo Treehouse. They're going to parade him out for the video portion for at least a little bit. I'm interested
right.
to see how that goes.
The fact that he's fluent in English means that they're going to start getting him right out there pretty quickly.
Yeah. I feel like we're going to see him in the virtual E3 space, and I'm interested to see what they have him do and how he rolls with it.
Probably means less Reggie because they want us to get used
But
to the
I
new
want
face.
Reggie too. I want them to be there together. I think it'd be cute. They could have like a good cop, bad cop. Or like a buddy comedy. It'd be fun.
Reggie is always bad cop.
Reggie is the Terminator.
The Reginator.
Yeah! He's our Reggie Ice and our Reggie Rock.
Reggie Rock.
It's great because those are Pokemon names.
Well, guys, I think that is this is our sealed envelope. This is what we predict for E3. Some are safe predictions. Some are slightly safer predictions. Some of them are very safe predictions. And some of them are undisputable facts, like Super Mario Sunshine is a game which is bad.
I think you meant to say
that's
that
not
Dead
really related
Stranding
to
is
E3
always
though.
going to be coming out, and we're not going to know what's going to happen.
Okay, that's also accurate. That is also a safe prediction. We will announce our first two winners for our Extinction giveaway next week. So you've got another week to leave your GameStruck 4 on our Facebook. Get at it. Create some competition for those folks who have already done so. Rocky, why don't you tell people about where they can engage with our content?
For sure. You guys may know. If you don't, it's cool. But we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on Tumblr. All of them are Impossible Coin. If you'd like to help us out, one of the things that we'd like to ask people to do is leave us some reviews. If you do, you could leave a review on iTunes, Google Play, or Stitcher. But if you leave it on iTunes, Brian will get you a biscuit. I'm not sure if you noticed, but there is music at the beginning and end of this podcast. It's produced by Big Sach. And if you want to get at him, you can at him on Twitter at Hillary_Swank. Or you can find his work on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/BigSachNJ. We have a Discord. It's on all of our social media. Come by and say hi. So you can yell at Brian and tell him how good Super Mario Sunshine is. And if you guys want to see more of us, we stream twice a week. I'm around on Mondays for Monster Hunter Mondays, and Brian is on Hearthstone Fridays on Facebook.
And that was real neat. That seems to work out real well. A lot of you guys came out and hung out on Friday for Hearthstone, so we're going to keep that up, see how that goes. There were some requests that I play Steam Trash during the chat.
Yeah.
So,
You play some Steam Trash for once.
Yeah, Brian, please.
So I think that I may honor that request, get in there and play some real Steam garbage
Do
on our
it.
Facebook.
Oh, God.
That won't just be us. I played my Steam Trash finally.
How was it? Was it worse than, what's it called?
I think your game was worse.
Benjamin Johnson.
I think your
Benjamin
game was worse,
Johnson.
because at least I could do stuff in mine. Other than
that
walk.
sounds nice. Yeah, that sounds like a great time. That's all I ask from a video game.
But yeah,
Lets me do stuff.
we'll talk about that next week.